Hello, everyone. My first test. Hey, Don. Welcome.
Hey, Odin. What's going on?
Not much. Just figured I'd do one because you were whining about it.
But I wasn't
Hey,
whining.
Sudi. Should we let Neve on here? Hey, Teresa.
Are you sure you're live this time, Odin?
Yeah, I'm live. It should be, anyways, because Suki1's talking in regular chat.
Hi, City.
I
Hi,
tried.
Sue.
Suey!
Hey,
Chi-Town Sue says, "You're a peanut butter buddy."
Did that go through?
yeah, went through. Hey, Tuna Time.
I said tuna.
So, how about that Tiger show?
Tiger King.
I haven't watched it.
Oh my goodness! Why? Redneck, have you seen Tiger King?
Stuck in here, Redneck. Do you guys hear him?
I don't. Hey, Diver.
Good evening.
Hello.
Oops.
Hi, Miss Joe.
Hey, Miss Joe.
Redneck must be having trouble with his mic.
So the series, The Tiger King, it got a little bit more um, weird as it went along, towards the finish of the story where he ended up in jail.
You know, I tried to watch that show 2 or 3 times and I fell asleep on the first couple of episodes. And then I woke up one night or one morning real early and started watching it again from like the third episode. And it was so interesting. I had to go back and start watching the first 2 episodes again so I'd know what was going on. And yeah, that just evolved into quite the crazy, huh?
It did. But I have to agree with Carol, regardless of what she ended up being, because I have some questions about her too. I think that it is not right to put young animals who are supposed to be with their parents with human beings for pictures to make money and then making the animal more or less go through some trauma and suffering. I just don't agree with that.
Hi, everybody in in the chat, and NJ. How you doing, NJ?
Surviving. My tooth's better, that's for sure.
Have you been on any other panel marathons lately?
No, I've been a little busy with the tooth, and I had an in-laws run today.
I'm sorry to hear about your tooth, NJ. You got some antibiotics?
Yep.
No more sodas.
Hello, AK.
That's a shame because I got a ginger ale sitting right next to me.
You need to go to, no sugar.
Man, that'd be hard for me.
Has anybody ever had Blenheim ginger ale?
I prefer Schweppes.
Have you ever had Blenheim?
Lemon or Leonard?
Blenheim. Blenheim it's made in Blenheim, South Carolina. It's Blenheim ginger ale.
That's a local brew. Nope.
It is hot.
Oh, and why won't you let Redneck in? Must have a lot of ginger in it. Redneck.
Oops, because I didn't see him back there.
Redneck.
Hello, everybody, again. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Did you get
Yes.
to watch the Tiger? I can't even remember the name of the show. The Tiger Show, Redneck. Did you get to watch it yet?
Yes, I finished watching it a few days ago, and damn, that was a good series.
Hey, it's Carly.
Where am I?
Odin's having a secret panel.
Because I'm like, where am I? How are you all doing?
We're doing good. Have you seen the Tiger King?
No, I haven't. People have been talking about it. One second. Hang on. People have been talking about it, but I need to do a little check on the internet what it's about. What is it?
It's basically about people who raise tigers, who raise big cats, and how crazy they all are.
It goes a little deeper than that. It's one particular guy who used big cats to make money, and it turned into a whole fiasco with somebody who was an animal rights activist, and how he hired someone to do away with her.
What?
Yeah,
But the bottom line is they're all using those tigers to make money, whether or not, they're drawing in millions in donations to take care of those tigers, or they're selling the little cubs, which, old girl, the one that possibly fed her husband to the tigers, she probably does that anyway. So she says, but I'm sure that they have cubs. I'm sure they have a litter or two a year.
I'm sorry, but Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Fed
You
into
don't
the
have-
tigers.
yeah, you don't have to apologize for that.
Starfish, do you have to come yell at me outside?
What?
Yeah, so in any case, she's just as bad as he is because she's making money off of the animals as well. And we're talking about an endangered an endangered species that more exist in captivity than there are in the wild.
Now, what did Redneck say earlier?
He said Carol killed her husband.
Did she really?
That's what they say, and fed him to the tigers.
Fed him to
Do
the
they have-
tigers.
Do they have proof?
No, tigers
They-
ate him.
And they had proof she'd be in jail. But the other guy who was using the tigers that she went after, he's in jail for contracting to have her murdered.
Wow. Is that supposed to be a potato?
Yeah, it's a potato.
Where's the joke come in on the potato?
Hey, Alex. AK's in here. Where's Odin gone?
He
Odin's
dropped-
hanging out
he-
in the back room,
Yeah, backstage.
letting us run the panel, I guess.
Oh, there's people in the back room?
Odin's back there.
Oh. Well, what's the live comments?
Well, I had to go backstage so I could let Kuma up to talk to you.
Live comments are
Live?
the chat you would see in YouTube.
Oh, so we're on a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Which one?
Odin's.
Mine?
Odin's.
Odin, you actually went live on something?
Yeah. Why not?
I'm like shocked. Sorry.
We
All
forced
right.
him. We tricked him into it.
I think
We
we're
have a
talking.
habit, we have a
Redneck.
habit of tricking people into these panels.
Linda, come back up. I can put you back in.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, hi everybody. I'm sorry because I see people saying hi, and I'm like, hi. And then you're able to see what people are saying in the Discord?
No,
Yeah.
you're in a live panel.
Oh,
It-
on your channel.
yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm in shock.
So, Ascari, the live comments are what you would see in YouTube channel, and then the private chat is what any of us can type into here. So there's
Okay, I gotcha. Okay, well, let me say hi real quick. Miss Joe, Chi-Town Sue, AK, and anybody else that I missed. I'm sorry, I'm still shocked that Odin went live on his channel.
he picked the wrong color.
Good for
What?
you, Odin. I'm proud of you.
I didn't pick any color. It just went up. What is it, pink?
No, you picked clear, which is the closest to yellow.
No,
Yeah.
closest to nothing.
No, you can't say that because white is racist, so you can't say that.
Okay, I guess I'm racist then. I don't like white people.
Well, we better get off the panel.
We're actually just speaking in terms of the spectrum of the rainbow, and there is a clear and there is a white, and white is an absence of color.
And there is a
Yeah.
black in the rainbow too.
Yes, and it is a combination of all colors.
Yes.
I agree with him there.
I'm still in shock. Oh, I like that one, Anon. I mean, if anybody wants to come on, just let me know. I can go back in the thingy.
Oh, you're fine.
That's cool.
I can move
Yeah,
on.
that was that.
It
That
looks
was
like an
Jay.
Aztec. Is it
I didn't-
Aztec?
Yeah, see how my eyes go? That's that J that Teresa put on the Discord earlier. That was my eyes.
Well, we
Got it.
could go scrolling around in Discord.
How do you do that? How are you doing that? Is it like a computer program or?
It's called SnapCam. Is an application, and you can get different lenses to utilize on screen.
Oh, wow.
I have it, but I haven't used it.
Gosh.
That's an alpaca.
Yep, that's a good one.
What are you calling me?
Don't get too close because he spits.
Oh, Nevaeh's calling me names.
Anon, you spit instead of swallow?
No, I wasn't saying that. Alpacas actually spit at you, Odin.
Yes, they sure will,
Share my screen, Odin.
and they'll kick you too.
What's that,
Mhm.
Teresa?
Share my screen. It's at the bottom of probably at the bottom of all the little squares of us.
Hi, Miss Kaylin. How you doing, sweetheart?
I don't see you. There we go.
There we go. What's that say?
That is the Tiger King meme.
Oh,
Is that yours, Teresa?
No, I found it.
wow.
We had a situation in New Jersey a few years ago where a reserve that was being run by a woman ended up with a tiger roaming around town. Needless to say, she was shut down.
What was your point about bringing up the fact that she was a woman?
He's sexist.
I was being a smart aleck.
It was
Well, they-
New Jersey, and it's the truth.
I'm just giving you a
you
hard
hate
time.
women.
They actually outlawed ownership of the big cats anymore. Only
Oh, they did.
zoos, yeah, only zoos and those types of organizations can have them. Rescues can have them, but private citizens can't own them anymore. They outlawed
Okay.
them.
Well, the Tiger King ruined that, didn't he?
Pretty much. But Carol's the one who implemented the getting the law changed.
Oh, okay. And that was the woman that he was trying to get killed, right?
Yeah,
Okay, I might have to watch it because I think they have it on Netflix.
Yeah, that's
It
what
Share
it's
my
is.
from.
screen mode. Share my screen.
Was
She's
that passed by
pushing
Congress or
on-
an individual state?
I'm gonna have to look that up now that you ask.
I like that.
I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think Teresa's Discord link is in the description. Yep. You all can join it if you like.
So
PT.
there's state laws, NJ. 4 states have no laws on keeping.
Hello, whoever that was.
Now, is it against the law in all of the United States or just?
Yeah, I was getting ready to answer that. 4 states
okay.
have 4 states have no laws on keeping dangerous wild animals. Alabama, Nevada, North Carolina, and Wisconsin. 21 states ban all dangerous exotic pets, while the rest allow certain species or require permits. 35 states ban keeping big cats as pets, with varying exemptions, requirements, and levels of enforcement.
Oh,
So it's not federal.
okay. Let me look at it. Let me
It may
browse
end up being federal, being that 35 states have that law right now.
it. Mm-hmm. Woohoo! Don't you look sexy?
Nice hair.
I just got back
Like that.
from the hairdresser.
And I like that little hat you got there.
One thing you got to be careful about with animal control laws is there is a large faction of one or more of these acronym non-governmental organizations that don't want you to have pets.
Well, it's not about whether they want you to have pets. They don't want you to have those kind of pets specifically.
No, PETA, for one, doesn't want you to have a pet.
So what are we supposed to do with all the dogs in the nation? Euthanize them? Or cats? Or fish?
Well, the Humane Society spent quite a few $100,000 over the years for freezers to hold carcasses before they could be cremated.
Okay, that's not the question. The question is, what are we supposed to do with all of our pets if PETA decides that they're going to go to Congress and say, okay, Congress, nobody should own pets anymore. Let's get the law put into place where people can't have their cats, their dogs, their fish, their lizards, their snakes, their toads, whatever. And then what are we supposed to do with all the pets? That's the question. I don't think Congress is going to go for it because Congress has pets too, including the President of the United States.
Yeah, his wife. I mean,
Yeah.
farm
Okay.
animals.
What are you talking about, NJ? When did they decide? Who's trying to take away our pets?
PETA, he said.
What do you? When are they trying to take? Why are they trying to take our pets away? As they just want dogs running in the street, or what?
Or
He
no
might be.
anons.
He might be researching it, but
Nice one.
I would go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would not give up my pet because somebody thought that I shouldn't have it. They're going to have to give me a reason I shouldn't have it.
You're batshit crazy. That's why.
Nobody asked you, Odin. Shut up.
That should be the name of the stream. Odin, shut up.
I mean, if I can take better care of the animals that I have, then
Yeah.
and give them a better life than what they would otherwise have, which might be very short, then why shouldn't I be allowed to have them? And if I can give a dog a better life than it would have living in a pound, or a cat a better life than living under a trash pile, and I can give them all of the health care they need, why should I not be allowed to have them if I can take care of them? That's my big question. And then PETA's just spinning their wheels because a whole lot of people feel the same way I do.
It's not just PETA, it's the HSUS, Humane Society.
Redneck made a really good point in there, Odin.
Well,
He
hold
said,
on.
yeah,
It's not allowing me to change the name. Oh, there it goes.
Well, so the
Homer?
Humane Society can only have your pets taken away from you under certain circumstances, and that's levels of abuse and neglect.
Come on, NJ, back up some of that, what you've been saying.
So I would say, prove that I'm abusing or neglecting my animals, or leave me alone.
Well, hold on, Nevaeh. Give MJ or NJ a chance to rebuttal.
Right.
Hey, Boomer's here.
hi Boomer.
NJ, you there?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just waiting for the greetings to end.
NJ, where are you getting this information that PETA's trying to take our pets away from us? Or we'd
From
like
an-
some sources.
From an opposing organization that I heard from at meetings of another organization that my organization was a member of. They're basically breeders.
NJ, that
of,
is not the kind of sources that we use.
no, well,
Is it
I'm
just
just
that they're
relating
trying
to
to take,
what I was
you're going to
told.
put on PETA,
You can
that
take
PETA's
it.
trying to take
All right.
away our pets?
Bye-bye.
So you misused something there, NJ.
So some organizations, as I understand it, are basically battling it out, which really has nothing to do with law, or making a representation to change any laws.
They're fighting legislation.
Could you tell me where that is and what that legislation is and who implemented it so I can look it up?
New Jersey, and it's HSUS and PETA.
Okay, what's the legislation?
I haven't been tracking it. I haven't been a member of that organization in about 6 months now.
Okay, did Nevaeh crash out or Teresa?
I think it's Teresa. She crashed it.
All right, anybody can join the panel.
It was a breeders association for hunting dogs.
So PETA is fighting against the Breeding Dog Association. Or am I understanding you wrong?
No, they're both PETA and HSUS are fighting basically any breeder, whether it be hunting dog, pets, or any domestic animals other than, of course, farm animals. And even portions of PETA are fighting the farm animals.
Tree huggers. Gotta love them.
Anon.
Okay,
Am I saying his name? Anon, right?
Yeah,
Or Anon?
Anon.
Anon.
No.
Or you can call him 10th Man.
God.
He's not.
Now that'll start a fight.
Okay, I found something that says something about PETA not believing in pet ownership, but I'm not finding anything in regards to legislation. And I think the legislation has to do with puppy mills and such.
That's what got it started.
So they would have to prove that I was either neglecting or abusing my pets to take away my rights to own a pet. Because I'm not seeing anywhere where there's any legislation about that they're fighting. I'm only seeing that they call pet ownership an abysmal situation, and that Ingrid Newkirk elaborates on her goal for destroying the human-pet bond. If people want toys, they should buy inanimate objects. If they want companionship, they should seek it with their own kind. But I'm not seeing anywhere where there's any legislation that's being fought for or against in any state.
I don't know what program you're using, but I'm looking at my own legislature, and I guess you gotta use the right word.
Okay, well, I did ask you to give me a reference for me to look up. What's
And
the
I'm trying to,
legislation? What's the legislation so I can
if
look
you
it up?
don't want me to find it, I won't, but if you give me a moment, I'll try.
Oh, I thought you said you had it. Sorry.
Hey, that's what a troll looks like.
Yeah, and it does, ain't?
And he's come to bring gifts.
Me? I am.
It does say just trolling around, doesn't it? Why are they always picking on? He keeps changing it.
It should say me, but it, you know, it is what it is. I think Teresa might have had a phone call. So when's Boomer and Tay coming up here? I can always put Diver in the back. Just kidding, Diver.
I'm anxious to see this legislation so I can read it, see what it's about.
That's so true, Redneck.
Oh, he was having fun.
Ruin all my fun. Freaking redneck.
Way to go, Redneck. You bully. Stop learning from AK on how to be a bully.
Yeah, number one bullies at Discord, AK and redneck.
And private chat, Diver posted a bunch of stuff there, Nevaeh.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with our rights as pet owners to be taken away that own pets. There is a Fairness to Pet Owners Act, which is an actual law, which gives us the right to own pets.
These are what they're starting with. At
There's
least
a-
have been- all right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Diver. Come on, you got feedback through your mic. That's why I muted you.
Oh, sorry. Bye. No, I mean, oh, mute.
That's your.
There is an act relative to the ownership of pets by convicted animal abusers. There's legislation about official health certificates.
Hey,
Please.
could be. Oh, he crashed out. What the hell?
There's legislation about having cat's claws removed, or proposed legislation. And then there's the Fairness to Pet Owners Act of 2019. And it says, HR 1607, to promote competition and help consumers save money by giving them the freedom to choose where they buy. Oh, that's medication. What the hell? It's not a pet. Pet owners' rights. Having to do with veterinary prescriptions.
Is that coming through?
No. When you go to share the screen, there's a little check mark down at the left. Just make sure that you hit the share sound when you do it next time.
Okay. It says don't share these tips.
No, it's on the second page when you go to share your screen. It should say audio, share audio.
So there's no legislation that I can find or proposed legislation that will take away the rights of people to own pets.
These
There are
all right.
There are certain circumstances under which Humane Society can remove your pet from your property or from your possession, but there's nothing saying that you can't own a pet, nor is there proposed legislation saying that they want people not to own pets. That I can find anywhere, and I've done 4 or 5 searches now. There is legislation in place that gives pet owners certain rights.
Not in New Jersey.
Well, that would be a state thing, and I haven't found anything in New Jersey stating. I actually basically did a wide search, so it should be inclusive of every state in the nation. Have you found that legislation is what I'm asking you? That proposed legislation.
Welcome back, Anon.
Yeah, I could be one at the link. So I give it to
Oh.
them.
Sorry, Nevaeh.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see where it says allow audio or anything.
There's a little box at the bottom of the screen that you put a check in.
I don't see that.
On the bottom left side, on the very bottom rail. You might have to actually start it over if you didn't pick it to begin with and you're backing out of it.
Well, I'm on Firefox, so it might be different on there. So,
Well, for about a half a second, I saw it.
Right, could be backstage.
Oh, then the least you can do is sing us a song.
no, I was gonna put the Jeopardy theme song on while Diver was looking for his stuff.
Hey, I could be.
Yo.
Hey, it could
Hello,
be.
I could be.
Hello. I kept getting kicked. Coming from Discord.
Oh, you got plenty of bruises?
Yeah, on my ass. Sweet tea.
Hello, Peachy.
What's going on?
I was trying to find my microphone. Hi, I could be. Sorry, y'all, I had to take a call.
Peachy!
Peachy. Adventures of Peachy.
I say hi, sorry. Hi, Miss Teresa.
Hi, I'm back. I could be. I don't know if I should bring this up or not, but I saw your comment on the Tyrant Wars video.
The LLC one?
Maybe so. I don't remember LLC, but I think you said something about I don't remember. But you're on the radar now.
Yeah. I've been on the radar since he was in Rick's Discord.
Yeah, I don't think it's liked me since it's been in the speakeasy, so
Yeah.
Well, I was in the live premiere stream and I made plenty of comments in the chat. But I also got a shout out from them when I was in Jeff's live stream. But you all know they did a huge favor for me.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, a hashtag talks a lot is what I tell him all the time. Because he talks a lot. I mean, he was easy to get Rick because Rick's on, probation and everything.
Condition change. A condition addition.
Condition.
Yes.
Just a chill Friday night.
Yeah, pretty much. We were talking about the Tiger King, and then we started talking about rights to own animals, and Jay is looking up, or was looking up something, the proposed legislation in his state that I couldn't find, that I've done some searches for, but I couldn't find yet, so I'm waiting.
I didn't even know what that Tiger King was about. I saw a video of a guy, a party, making fun of the guy that's in jail now, and I didn't know anything about the guy or anything about the story until I saw it on YouTube the other day.
Nevaeh, check in YouTube. There's a link that Diver put in private.
I'd love to have a monkey.
We got a monkey. His name's Lou.
Yeah. It's a potato.
You mean an orangutan?
Hey, owed him into the Kool-Aid.
It's not grape.
Oh yeah, it's the wrong color. It's strawberry.
Or watermelon.
Watermelon.
An act concerning the necessary care and tethering of certain animals and supplementing Title IV of the revised statutes.
The Tiger King guy, he had a lot of tigers.
Doesn't mean you can't own a pet across the board, and that's not what this is about.
Still waiting.
And with most legislation, whether it be ordinance, state statute, and especially Congress, it takes a long time, and chipping away with a law like they passed back in 2016 that I posted there is a start.
NJ, that is just for the care and upkeep of animals. It keeps people from having their dog tethered out to a tree for 24/7.
Right.
It doesn't have anything to do with taking animals away from people.
Yeah, like I said, the Breeders Association.
No, what you said was that
Right,
PETA was trying to
right.
take. No, that's what you said. You said PETA was trying to take our pets away from us. That's what you said. You equated that to PETA, and all I asked you for was to cite your source. That's not a source. Yeah, I'm not trying to be an asshole about it, but come on, I mean, we're better than that.
This particular legislation, I just scanned over it, basically has to do with the proper care and keeping of an animal by any owner and not the relinquishment of anybody to have or own or possess a pet, unless you are being negligent or abusive to that pet. So we're going to go back to the actual legislation that is in place by Congress that gives rights to people to own pets.
Define is in place.
It is an actual law
What's
under the
code?
under
What's
the
title?
under the Fairness to Pet Owners Act of 2019, HR 1607. 16th Congress, first session, HR 1607, and the House of Representatives,
Nevaeh,
March 7,
Nevaeh.
2019, and I'm answering his question.
Could you put the link in so he can go there and read it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm already on it, Odin.
Thanks, Nevaeh.
Yep, no worries.
I didn't want you to read it all out and he get it without saying it.
Yeah, no worries. So, yeah, so I don't see anywhere where anybody's trying to take our rights away to own pets. But there are certain circumstances under which we are required as the caretakers of these animals, and that's any animal that you choose to own, what you are required to do to keep and care for that animal.
Are you talking about me again, Nevaeh?
All the time, sweetie, all the time. You are 100% on my mind. You own all the real estate. You are not paying rent.
Cool. As long as it's free.
There's a lot of space in there. It's like an echo chamber.
Oh, there's room for more. Just invite your friends. Hey, DDT, how are you doing?
Hey, DDT.
Hey, DDT.
Hey, see if you can recognize me in this one, Odin.
Talking to him, yell at me. Soon turn alive. Here, clean that shit.
Who's telling you to clean your shit?
Clean your shit up.
Clean your room.
You know who
Monkey
owns an
around.
exotic animal? You know who owns an exotic animal? Sasquatch. Sasquatch has a big lizard
Lizard. You got a
of some
big
sort.
iguana over there.
Water or some stuff.
And yeah, it's a water monitor, but there are exemptions under the pet ownership of what exotic animals that you can own. There's exemptions.
I think he might have had his before it went. The law got put in.
Well, the laws it's different in different states.
Yeah, I don't
Some
think they're
states-
exempted.
Yeah, some states you can own, some states you cannot own, and some states there are exemptions under ownership.
Yeah.
Like in Tennessee, you can have a lizard. It doesn't specify what lizard you can't have. In Texas, you can have a lizard. I don't think you can have a Komodo dragon. They're considered dangerous, so it would have to fall under dangerous exotic pets.
Well, if you throw enough money at it, it'll probably allow anybody to get it.
There's a troll account named Jen T's Hairdresser.
Yeah, saw that.
Jen just got her hair cut. It looks great.
It does.
I did mine because my barber's not open. I had none, so I said screw it. Took the
I wonder where she got her hair cut during this pandemic.
Yeah.
No, I had to use my own scissors on my hair, and I need to do it again.
I took the clippers and just went. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
I don't have clippers. Well, I don't have them here. I have them in my storage, or I would definitely put them to use, especially around my ears.
Apparently, Gen T hairdresser is not following the guidelines.
Damn it.
Uh-oh.
Watch out. Trolls will report you. Trolls will report you, Gen T's hairdresser.
Report it.
IC3s are real, and they're coming.
And if we were all a frog, we wouldn't need haircuts.
It's on my
what-
keychain and in my safe deposit box. Don't fuck with me.
So what you've posted here is a bill. It's not a law.
Gen T's
Okay.
hairdresser, I can't wear big hair. My face is too small for big hair.
Yes, it is an introduced bill.
Stuck in committee.
Isn't everything stuck in committee?
Not what things are signed by the president, no.
The only laws that are getting passed right now are for C-19. Seems like the rest of the world is on hold.
What's the pet argument anyhow? What are we talking about?
In New Jersey, an organization that NJ is involved with that has to do with animals and pets, talked to another organization that has to do with animals and pets, and supposedly Humane Society has proposed legislation to do away with pet ownership, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere. And the stuff that he gave me that I found in the state of New Jersey only has to do with the necessary care and tethering of certain animals, not taking animal ownership rights away.
They want to take all animals away, is what he's saying?
That's what he said, but that's not what this says.
That's what's been passed. What has been proposed is controls and regulations on all breeders or anyone that imports animals into the state.
But that
It
doesn't
should
have
say pet animals.
okay, I get that, but that doesn't have anything to do with the right to own a pet.
And what do you think would happen if they proposed to a politician that proposed that?
But you
I
said
would
that they
say
already had.
I would say that his fellows would argue with him because his fellows own pets.
Why the
That's
hell
why
do they want
they
to take
don't.
my dog away from me?
To the highest levels of government, people own pets. I doubt it very seriously if any law is going to be passed that take the rights away from a citizen to own a pet, regardless of what Humane Society or PETA has to say about it, because they don't make law.
But they can certainly put a lot of pressure on politicians to pass laws to make it very difficult for people to sell pets.
Maybe exotic pets, where they have to.
Pets in general.
Have they introduced laws to keep people from selling pets in general? Is that what you're saying?
They are making it very much more difficult, or trying to here in New Jersey.
You haven't shown us one piece of legislation that introduced.
All right, give me a half hour. I'll show you a whole lot.
Okay. So at this current time, we can all be comforted by the fact that there is no law in place, nor is there legislation proposed to take away our rights to own pets. Can we all hear a hurrah?
It's a sick law.
They don't like puppy mills. I get that because I don't like puppy mills. You know, when I was raising and breeding and raising, it was 1 litter a year. It wasn't 6 dogs having 2 litters a year without a break. It was 1 litter a year from one animal. And so I wasn't considered a puppy mill. And I did a whole lot of work with those animals before they were adopted out into homes. They had all their shots. They knew how to swim. They were partially housebroken. You know, I did a lot of work with my animals. So puppy mills don't do that. They just spit them out and sell them, you know. Spit them out, sell them, and say that they're 100%. And a lot of times people get home with these animals and find that they're not healthy. But that's what people are really against, are puppy mills or people that own pets that just breed them to sell them and not give them the required care that all of us have the onus of to own a pet. So
Yeah. I saw, well, I think it was a year or two ago in New York, they wanted, or either did or passed a bill on declawing cats.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually in the proposed law.
Yeah.
And to not be declawing pets. Now, let me tell you wherein lies a problem with that. People that are in subsidized housing or landlords will sometimes require you to declaw a cat to
so
get a
destroy
lease.
it.
Yeah, to get a lease to rent with them, which to me is inhumane. I would not have my cat declawed. You have to know everybody should go watch a film on what they do to a cat to remove its claws. Everybody should. If you own a cat and you're considering declawing that cat, go watch a video on what they do to cats when they declaw them.
Mm,
It is awful.
I'm sure.
They actually dig. It's like taking your fingernail and taking it all the way down to the bed of your fingernail and digging out of your finger.
Mm.
It's the same thing to a cat. If they declaw a cat, they go all the way down to the bone with a curved tool and dig the nail, and sometimes they're unsuccessful, and dig the nail right out of the bone. So declawing a cat is not an option for me.
Indoor cats are mostly declawed.
Mine aren't.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it. I don't believe in doing that to an animal.
How can you live in Section 8 housing then?
You don't. Well, I don't. Yeah, exactly. That's a good question. I could be. It's really a good question. But not all landlords, and not all Section 8 housing, they each have their own rules. You have to understand that. I don't live in Section 8 housing, and it's not an issue with me. But some Section 8 housing has the rule to declaw, and some landlords, private landlords, have that rule, and they have it in their lease. If you own a cat, it has to be declawed. I would not live in a place that required me to declaw my cat.
I don't blame you.
Just like I wouldn't live in a place that required me to have a dog, if I had a dog, to have its canines removed.
Canines? Damn.
Yeah, they actually do that. And I did have to do that to one puppy because she was ripping through all of her siblings and the adult dogs. So I had her baby teeth removed. Of course, the adult teeth grew back in they started growing back in a month later because she was about 3 months old. And so I had her baby canines removed because they're like curved needles. And she was ripping everything she could touch. And she was even like that in adulthood. When I adopted her out to a police officer, I told him, you need to keep her separated from any other animals because she will rip them. That's just the kind of dog she was. She was a Shar-Pei. But yes, as a puppy, I did have her canines pulled. And the adult teeth grew back. It wasn't a big deal. It's just like losing a baby tooth.
But it was okay.
You're whistling.
But you have to do something sometimes to give to give preference to the many, you have to do something to the one. So the one that was causing all the problems to the many
Could
had
be got
to.
dropped out again. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he
have to
did.
I'm gonna have to super glue his ass here.
He gets dropped out of Discord all the time too. I'm not sure if it's the apps or if it's his internet.
It's probably his
Odin,
internet.
Odin, you are trying to use Firefox with this StreamYards. It works best with Chrome.
But I don't have Chrome.
Well, just so you know, it works best with Chrome. I guess you can use it with whatever Firefox, but it works best with Chrome.
I hate Chrome.
I know.
Why you be hating?
Why you be waiting on Chrome?
What's that?
Look, Anon's just a mouth left, just lips,
Mhm.
lips and teeth.
Chrome is a Google thing.
Well, no shit, really?
Yeah, and my gosh, Google seems to want its fingers in everything, right?
Typical. Must be man run.
I'm glad you said man, not woman.
Well, man typically wants his fingers in every hole. I mean, everything.
Oh, Odin. Well, I guess you would know.
Hey, if it's warm, what the hell?
Does that mean you walk around with your fingers up your butt?
You're roboting.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not. You know I'm not.
Okay, it must be just me hearing a.
Well, shall I repeat it?
Hey, Noli D.
Hey, Noli.
Miss Noli D.
Odin, I have a little Eric Brandt news.
Ooh, I want to hear
Oh,
that.
what happened with him?
Well, it appears as though his federal charge has been dismissed without prejudice. I'm going to share. I'll share the papers. Hang on.
Which means that that $100,000 that they had for his bond goes away.
Share my screen.
There you go.
All right, it doesn't look very complete, but this must be what's filed. But this is the actual order, and I think it's so. Let me see. I'll scroll down. I can't even see it on my computer. It's not even showing up here. Maybe it's this one. Here's the order. And I can't tell if y'all can see it or not. This one's not signed. Thought I had one that was signed. This is the government's motion for the voluntary dismissal in the interest of justice. This is the order, and this is the signed order. There you go. Found it. Granted, vacated, dismiss the indictment pursuant, blah, 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 blah. Public interest, quotation omitted. Government represents the defendant has been indicted in several state court proceedings.
You have to share your
Prosecuting the
screen
case with disrupted. I'm sorry, I thought I was sharing it. Let me try again. I have a few windows open over there, so maybe that'll show it. Is that it? Can you see it? This is the signed one.
Yep.
Excuse me. So it says it's been granted. Case shall be closed, all pending. Settings, including trial and trial preparation conferences, are vacated. It's my understanding it was dismissed without prejudice, so I'm looking to see that it says that in here, but I don't pursue it. Court is generally required. Dismiss unless dismissal is clearly contrary. Government represents. Just says dismissed. Okay.
So that kind of puts that $100,000 bond kind of not necessary now. So that'll all go away.
Yeah, we'll have to take, I guess, maybe take a look at it Monday. Obviously, it's Good Friday today, so nothing's moving around in court
Right.
this whole weekend. Likely not to moving too fast on Monday either, but we'll check and see what's going on with him.
Well, he'll be able to expunge the arrest on that and everything else that goes along with it for free because it was a dismissal.
Not for free, no.
It was a dismissal. It shouldn't cost anything.
It still costs money. I
Are
can
you
assure you.
serious? It doesn't
Oh, yes,
in this county. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
It costs an attorney here. You have to get an attorney to file for the expungement. And he files the stuff. The judge has to sign it, and then you have to send off all of the stuff to get it expunged. So
But
it's
he's
pretty
smart
expensive.
enough.
It's about $1,600 here.
Okay, that's in Louisiana, but what about Colorado? You can actually file an expungement on your own behalf.
I understand that, Nevaeh. I understand, but it's very difficult. It's a pretty complicated procedure in most states. Most people hire somebody to do it.
And they have forms. You can just fill out your form, submit it to the clerk takes it to the judge. It takes 30 to 60 days.
That's not how it works here.
That's because somebody wants somebody's money.
You have to file a motion and you have to have a hearing before a judge here. This is not just a matter of filing paperwork. In some states, it's like that. It's not just a matter of filing paperwork.
On a dismissal, really?
Yes, ma'am. You know what they say. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear my music playing?
Money turns the wheel.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
No. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Anyway.
Barely.
Anyway, well, I'm sorry. But no, that's not how it works here. It's pretty complicated to do, and in some states it can be very complicated. But the old saying goes, you can avoid the rap, but you can't avoid the ride. And you're not going to just erase an arrest off of your record. Once the arrest is there, the only way it comes off is an expungement, and that takes time and it takes money.
Yeah, different in different states.
And
Tennessee.
as the line from the song says, a whole lot of money.
Yeah, in the state of Tennessee, it doesn't work that way. In the state of Tennessee, all you have to do is fill out a form, submit it to the clerk takes it to the judge, puts it on a dismissal, right, on a regular dismissal. Then they take it to a judge, the judge looks over it, signs it, sends it back to the clerk, then the clerk submits the paper signed and notarized. And it doesn't require a lawyer to do it.
It
But
used
that's
to be
just-
pretty simple to do that here. But even the filing fee would cost you $500 just to file it. I don't know what it costs you there, but there is a filing fee, and
It
then
doesn't
usually
cost
there's court
anything
costs.
here.
So
It doesn't cost anything here. Zero. If it's a dismissal, it doesn't cost money. If there's something else, some other situation where it's not a dismissal, then it's going to cost some money. Odin's playing with colors. Look at him.
Ooh. P-yellow.
Lizard man.
Getting psychedelic on us there, Odin?
Sure, why not? Red ain't bad.
Blue is nice.
There we go, dark blue. Well, not black.
Hello, Slacker. How are you doing?
So slowed. What's up, man?
The hell was that, Leaves?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Anybody in chat have a subject suggestion? Want to come up on panel? I'll happily drop off since Gentie's hairdresser finds me the most boring panelist.
Why do you feed into the troll?
I'm just making a joke.
All the hairdressers in New Jersey are out of work. %.
So does anybody want to come up? How about you, DDT?
Sweet.
Ms. Joe? Anybody?
Slacker, you can come
Slacker.
on. We can talk
If there's
about
mo-
gun rights or
Yeah,
some
if
crap
there's
like that.
more than one, I'd be happy to drop. No worries. Thank you, Nolly. Appreciate that.
Was anybody close enough to Indiana to catch the one of the two parties that were arrested for violating their governor's stay-at-home order while cop watching?
Which two?
That would have been
Charles Bronson.
Chuck Bronson and his gal. I think it's his gal. That's what somebody said.
He was supposed to be on
Excuse
some
me.
radio station or TV station for a live interview.
Oh, let me see if I can find that because I saw that earlier.
Yeah, the article announcing the interview was out there, but I don't know if there was a follow-up.
I believe people should stay at home during the pandemic. Do I
Yeah,
believe
they
cops should arrest people for it? No. They should make those people that break the quarantine policy law, whatever the fuck they want to call it, sign a waiver that says if we catch it, we will not go to the hospital. We will not get treatment. This is on us. We will quarantine ourselves to our house. And we will die alone. Want to play retarded games? Fine, die retarded then.
WLFI.com has a video clip on the interview. Let me get the link.
Because when you go out, you get it, you get the disease on you, then you can transmit it to many other people. You're not just harming yourself; you're harming other people.
Okay, Odin, there's the link to the news interview with Chuck Bronson.
Okay, let me see if I can put it up. Stupid thing there.
Oh. It's a news page with a video clip on it right there.
That one right there.
Yeah, and if you press play, it'll start playing, and I think you can expand the screen.
I don't know how to get the sound to play.
Let me do it on my one then.
All right, that'll work.
Let's see. Share audio. See, it's on the little box where it says share your screen. When you choose on your share your screen in StreamYard, before you actually go to the web page, there's a little box on the bottom of that box that says share audio that you put a tick in. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then I'm going to expand that. And then, can everybody see it?
They can
Before I
now.
press, okay.
Police were originally checking in on a suspicious vehicle. That's when police say Brian will.
Did I freeze up, Nevaeh?
It's froze for me.
Yeah, it froze here too.
Bandwidth issues.
Huh.
I don't know if she knows that we can hear it or not.
And Nevaeh,
Oh, she's gone.
she crashed. Anybody else want to come up on panel? Whoops. There's the link to what Nevaeh was trying to show. If you want to watch it. Yeah, I was shocked that it said people are having problems with bandwidth because I'm on fiber optic. So there shouldn't be any bandwidth problem going on.
Yeah, Fios is a wonderful thing, except for the price.
Mine ain't that bad. All right, Teresa. An hour and 11 minutes and 40 some seconds. Peachy, you can come on up.
Isn't that Grinch real looking?
Slacker, you can come on up, man. That Grinch is pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it's pretty realistic, isn't it?
Yep. I might have to get that and get like Thor or Odin with the lightning going in the eyes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Really freak people out. See if Mr. Hemming wants to come on. Give me a minute.
Yeah, the previous article mentioned something about only 3 people having ever been cited. And the other was a juvenile case.
Oh, so what are they going to get out of that crime? Oops, there we go. Hey, Felipe.
Hey,
And
hey.
I hope I said your name right.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. I'm not sensitive to that as much as I once was. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, we're just here chit-chatting, bullshitting.
Well, it's pretty active news week, surprisingly. You know, with individuals out there in these situations, out filming the police, and they're likely the only people out there filming the police, or versus the police being out there, so they're going to get noticed. And so now they were out, I guess, several nights this week, and they've had positive interactions. But in this interaction that I watched, it could have gone far worse. They weren't even removed from their car, so it is what it is. They issued a summons. It was an attention like a traffic stop. So I don't see anything wrong with it.
So basically, it's just like a fine. Here's a fine for being stupid.
I don't even know if they'll turn into that. I don't know if they even have the authority to really limit the movement of human beings. I just really don't think they have that authority, and more likely they're simply an advisory. Now, if you were a COVID-19 positive patient, they could do that. They could do that under the law.
That would be what, terrorists?
No. It would be pathogen control. They've written the laws to understand going back into the 1900s, where they had exposures to Spanish flu and other things or other diseases. So that that said even so, even if we can use modern times, individuals with different type of contagion that are also viruses are limited to say, hey, if you knowingly and willfully infect someone with this contagion, they don't limit your movement. We don't isolate you. But in a situation like this where you can actually give it to somebody and them not even know it. So that's one of those different situations where you could walk on a bus and spit on your hand and somebody not really having good hygiene, touch your face, eyes, nose, or any of the mucous membranes, and then this really virulent, nasty monster gets in your system, then yeah, absolutely. But that's where people are trying to get out of their heads. It's not hard to understand. I think I understand people's inability to grasp things they can't see, smell, or touch, and think that it can't kill you. But radiation is the same way. Go sit out in the sun all day long for a couple of weeks and just see what happens and see how great you feel about the third, fourth, fifth day of baking in the sun. It's just the sun. It's just radiation. You can't see, smell, or taste it, but it'll kill you.
Well, gas will kill you.
Yeah, you can. But you can see, smell, and taste it on occasion. So those are those limitations that that's why I wouldn't use it. But you can't see carbon monoxide. You might be, but you might be able to smell exhaust. So it's one of those things.
Do you think if you're caught out, they should have you sign a waiver that you will not get medical attention?
No, you can't do that. No, you can't. No, people, you can't punish people for being stupid.
Yeah, true.
And I want them to be. Come on, we have laws on the book that prevent cruel and unusual punishment. So inmates have right to medical care. That's what a lot of these cats go in there in custody and live such a long time, because they have better medical than 99% of the people out on the street. I mean, that's why people were wanting to Medicare for all, is because if you go to prison, you get medical care, you get dental, you get everything. I mean, trust me, I've transported some pretty nasty criminals in my time that were getting cancer treatment and being kept alive on the taxpayer's dime. Mind you, I don't have a problem with it. I think everybody should have access to medical care, not just inmates.
Yeah, 3 hots and a cot when you go to prison.
And dude, they can keep it. No thanks. I don't want any of that. Actually, I like food choice.
Yeah, I like the freedom to move.
Oh yeah. No, we can go with that. I can be an introvert for a couple of weeks if we've done pretty successful at it, but it is what it is. But as far as the necessity to go out and about, I've lived outside for quite a long time. So living in the cave for a little while, it's not a bad thing. So it ain't a big deal. People that want to cry and complain about it, I mean, I get it. I sympathize with you. Just shut up.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Hemming. And it all depends on how stupid they are.
Oh, this is true. But as long as your stupidity doesn't affect somebody else, and I mean, there's some limitations to it. They're going to get to the point where their actions are going to have consequences. That's just the way Mother Nature takes it, or whomever you like to do. I wish karma was like a cruise missile or a laser guided bomb that could just direct her in the direction of assholes, but it just doesn't work that way. It's kind of like a fog. It blows this way for a second, blows that way for a second. But I have faith that karma finds everybody. That's why I don't get out of shape about stuff.
I just got back. Are you guys talking about this Florida trip that these auditors are doing?
No. We were talking about individuals that these cats that they got arrested. Well, actually, weren't arrested. They were issued summonses for a cop watching. It was actually a really good traffic stop. I really see there's not too much problematic about it. And then I shared Andrew Stevens' story out of Okeechobee, Florida, into the Discord, the other Discord server. But no, we're just talking about where and when and how individuals could have their freedom of movement restricted if they were COVID positive patients, and the reason why and the background for that. But it's nothing nefarious. The biggest thing they were having to counter in this situation is just people trying to associate nefarious means to it. It's Bill Gates. It's George Soros. Come on, the list of characters of doing wrong involved. It's ridiculous. Or blaming it on cell phone technology that they've had in their homes for years using 801.11g or N Wi-Fi technology in their house. It's just all broadband. It's not. It's just go do some research. It's really easy for you to understand why cell phone technology, though it can give you brain cancer, I believe, or do some type of tissue harm, it's not causing immunosuppression and a viral spread. It's just simple science.
Well, you don't think that the government made COVID?
No. No. I understand how the government works. They're not that fucking elaborate. They don't. They can't.
You don't think it's
they-
just the regular flu?
No. I'll give you an example. I watched a video out of Apalachicola, Florida, right around there, the oyster capital of the world, they call themselves, of a police officer interacting with an FBI agent. And it's a quite sad video where this FBI agent who's actually in town to investigate the police officer that he has interacted with, and was trying to figure out why he dropped this traffic ticket. He pulled over this person, he wrote this person a ticket, and out of nowhere this ticket disappeared in the system. Well, it got the attention of the local FBI office, and this FBI agent calls him on his cell phone, which just freaked this guy out, because if you watch the video, you'll see, the deputy sheriff for Franklin County, Florida, was like, how'd you get my cell phone? I mean, private telephone number, man. And that's what that was his concern about, not the fact that he had pulled someone over, he used his authority, and all of a sudden, somehow, some way, decided throughout that process he changed his mind, which is a weird situation, which speaks to what is this? Was this corruption? Was this you pulled this person over to intimidate them? What was the stop about? But you can see in this video, it goes on for nearly almost an hour. But it's worth every minute to watch, because it just shows you that these characters, and this guy says this throughout this video, because it's a body-worn camera with the deputy, Franklin County deputy sheriff, and even the sheriff himself comes out to the scene. It is a great depiction of rural America law enforcement and the level that they'll do. Because understand this, the LA County Sheriff's Office, including sheriff himself, Lee Baca, was under investigation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Those characters went out to the home of one of the FBI agents and threatened her to her face that she was going to stop investigating. And this is the largest law enforcement agency in the United States, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office, that had employees working for them. This is 2011, so 9 years ago. It's not quite that bad any longer. That this is still going on today. This was last December in 2019 in Franklin County, Florida, where these guys put this FBI agent, after he's on the radio with Jacksonville, in the back of a police car, disarm him, nicely, not really nicely, but still, is it a nice way to be placed in the back of a police car? Well, I don't think so, but it's definitely worth a watch. And it's just, and you see the behavior of the deputies and how they're interacting with this, and and then there's also this little small town dipshit cop who's there as well, and you just listen to the behavior and see what's going on, and they try to downplay it. Oh, I don't see that you did anything wrong. Oh, they should, if they're investigating a crime, they should have made an appointment with you at your job. So the guy was on duty. The guy was on duty. Say, hey, can I talk to you a second about why this happened? If there's nothing guilty about it, what's the big deal? I mean, I've been approached by the FBI. I've been talked to by the FBI when someone had accused me of selling, well, I don't know what the fuck it was, information to terrorists or some bullshit like that, because somebody had sent an email through 7 different servers to that local FBI office, and I had to talk to the Joint Terrorism Task Force about, seriously. But yeah, they don't behave that way. And the thing that was also this deputy was whining about was like, he wouldn't even give me a business card. What the fuck? What the fuck's he gonna give you a business card for if you're not gonna continue the conversation about this investigation that's going on? He just said, hey, it's just fine, man, no big deal. I don't need to talk to you anymore. I'll just take this up with the U.S. Attorney's Office. And that's what really took this guy over the top from the body-worn camera video footage of it. And you'll watch it. If you're easily affected by motion sickness, don't watch this video, because towards the latter portion of the video, the deputy who has the body-worn camera on, he's all over the place, because he's, again, he's now come to find out that the guy's an FBI agent. He's now held him in the car an additional, I think, 7 minutes. And understand, he had the heater on the car. It's mid-afternoon in Florida, in the Panhandle in December, which means it could be 60 degrees or it could be 90 degrees. Your choice. And this FBI guy, he's not a young man, because a young man probably would have maybe put 2 in this guy's chest. I don't know. But this guy went there and did what he needed to do, and next thing you know, he's leaving in the back of an ambulance. So it's definitely worth a watch. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to take a look at that.
They hotboxed him?
Yeah, they hotboxed him. Let me see if I'll get that video for you. but it's definitely on there. You can just go to Black Coat Media on Facebook. It's on there.
Does the DOJ use the FBI for investigations?
They've used the FBI for all sorts of things. You could be an FBI agent assigned to a U.S. Attorney's Office as an investigator. They even have their own investigators. So it really depended on what it is, because I believe in some of these situations they want someone with a law enforcement background going in and interacting with police officers, being and understanding policy, procedure, and how things work as a police officer. Because you could be an FBI agent and not have any understanding of how a patrol officer works. So you'd kind of want somebody in some capacity to go out and do that. Otherwise, you're like, how else would you know? And they're not wanting to spend a bunch of time on how to teach people to figure shit out. They actually hire people that actually know what they're doing. And so, I mean, that's from my experience and the people I've interacted with. I'm not saying it's a perfect system where everybody in that situation or shit stains don't get through, but they do. They're relatively decent people. But it was terrible the way this guy was treated, the level of unprofessionalism. But that wasn't surprising with the years and years of videos that we've seen with individuals acting out of sorts with civilians. It was kind of disappointing to see this is how they treat one of their own. But we've seen videos like this before. This is not where what was weird was the guy was under investigation, was being investigated for something that he did. And he at least gave him the common courtesy to meet him at work, then I did it off the clock. He actually trusted enough to interact with a guy that he now is going to meet him in armed while he's doing a criminal investigation. That should tell you the level of trust the guy had for him. He had him in his car. I mean, typically you don't have. I mean, think about it. If you're investigating someone for some criminal activity and you're a law enforcement officer and you're riding by yourself, you would think that you wouldn't have an armed suspect in your car with you, right? So, I mean, I guess I didn't see there was any major issue with the way I interacted, but definitely worth a look.
Is that the real Felipe Hemming?
No, yes, I'm the fake one.
You talk so fast.
I got a lot of shit to say. Sometimes you got to get it out.
Felipe, what do you think about those auditors touring the Florida during the middle of this pandemic, doing audits and knocking on these police station doors that are all, been ordered to close their lobbies?
Well, it's I know one of the characters is Patrick Roth, and I know that he has a kid on the way, and that's the situation between him and the mother of his child. But as far as what they're doing, hey, are they essential services? It depends. They have an audience. They do have an audience, and it doesn't matter if their audience is 1 or 1,000 or 1 million. They're out documenting that people are interested in something. Are they out spreading disease? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, and I hope they're taking necessary precautions. But hey, as Odin has said, that these are grown-ups. These are adults. If they want to be out exposing themselves to potential harm, that's on them. But if they come down with something and then continue to go out and spread it, I can see having an issue with that. But that's something for law enforcement. When they're gonna get all the attention they don't want. They're gonna come across some people that are gonna, especially in South Florida, they'll put them in a cage if they cross the wrong person, knowing the people that work there. I mean, it's not hard to find. Just look what happened to Andrew Stevens for simply documenting nothing really, filming the police, and he was on private property. He didn't go out to go find the police. The police actually came to this residence out in the middle of the boondocks over a fence being built, and this is like middle of the night, stupid shit. So some Deborah, or I guess that's what I call them, some Deborah chick who wanted to call the police, and that's what she did. So that's, but these characters here chasing cops, hey, someone's got to be out doing it. So most news people are sitting back home, doing a live stream from their couch. So if as long as these guys aren't out spreading disease, I guess it's okay. I guess.
Stringers have their uses.
Yeah. It's just different taste and content. I mean, I don't have any love for Patrick Roth. I think he's a fucking scumbag. That's about my personal opinion. These other characters, they seem to have a following. They're not too disrespectful. I mean, but if they are, or if that's a thing, but again, that's how each one of us move through life. That if you find some type of resistance, you might find someone who may either A, tolerate or B, not tolerate, or C, who gives you shit either way. But these are all life lessons people need to learn on their own. I'm not against people trying to the freedom to fuck up.
Hemming, COVID-19, does it have any biological things that'll happen to the baby if the mother gets it?
I haven't looked and seen as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not in that situation to where I have any children in utero. So I'm not. I mean, I have kids, but as far as that's concerned, I have not looked into it at all. I mean, I mean, typically, do some viruses cross the blood, what's called the blood-brain barrier? Yeah, some do. But then again, there's some situations where they don't. There have been patients infants born of people of various types of viruses that have come out, negative for the virus. But is there a potential for premature babies that are immunocompromised being exposed to COVID by medical workers in a hospital setting or by something else? Because you understand that type of environment, a premature baby can be born in an emergency room, or can be born in the back of an ambulance, or it can be born in someone's house, or anyway, premature is anything under something like 30 weeks or something, 21 weeks. It depends on who you're talking to. So, and when you talk about 21 weeks, and babies live. They don't live typically without some supportive care, but they live. But in that contact process between birth, canal, and getting COVID positive, who knows what the outcome is? But as far as viral transmission across the blood-brain barrier and the placenta to the infant, that's highly unlikely.
That's what I'm more worried about. Is she's pregnant? What if that disease went into the child at birth and the baby went retarded or something like that?
Again, no. The
Is
concern that would
pregnancy
be,
one of the high risks? I've heard that some of the high risks associated with it.
I hate to evaluate someone without knowing their ongoing current medical history, but based upon who she is and what I have observed, her concerns may be borderline dehydrated, maybe some thrombus associated with childbirth, but I'm not going to go there. That can happen to anybody. I just hope for the best in those situations. But as far as potential exposure to COVID, yeah, I mean, if she's in a situation to where her blood capacity is increased, so she's not only carrying enough blood for herself, she's carrying enough blood for her fetus or baby, and her placenta and the other organs of childbirth, and so she has an increased volume. So is there potential if she is hypertensive and she's borderline eclamptic patient? Typically what happens is some patients or some women who are pregnant, their blood gets a little thick. That's the best way to describe it. But it's all due as a result of the types of diet they have, or their stress level in their life, or continuing to work, or simply just not being healthy. And sometimes patients become eclamptic, and that's one of the side effects is elevated blood pressure. Now, if you have elevated blood pressure and you now maybe you have COVID, yeah, that could be a problem. So, but I don't know from her being a patient or anything like that. I'm just using that as a potential of one of the potential maladies a pregnant woman could have that may be questionable if having some type of respiratory ailment.
Right. Well, we it sure does look like she stayed home for this trip, and that's great. And I hope she's feeling okay, and I hope everything goes well with the baby. I am I want to say she's due like around the 20th of this month, or maybe someone told me the 17th or something. It's really soon now. So, I hope everything's good with her.
Yeah, I hope she has a wonderful experience. That's something I can never.
What the heck? He dropped out. Come back in, Felipe.
Yeah, it's damn StreamYard. Anyone want to make a wish?
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
On Healthline, I just looked it up. It says extremely limited information, but early research suggests the virus cannot be transmitted in the womb. And then also that there were children born, newborns, were tested positive, one in England. And then there were others that were delivered by C-section that I think there was 9 of them. They tested negative after birth.
Okay. That's a good thing. Sorry about that, Hemming. You got dropped out.
No, I inadvertently hit the back button of my mouse and bumped me back to the original page. Like, oh man, no, but that's what I mean. Like Teresa was saying, is absolutely. I only, it's an experience that I can never have as a male, but about being a pregnant female. But that's I mean that's I hope she enjoys it. I mean, it's
Sure.
That's
Any
what that
woman
is.
knows, and as a male, I'm sure you've experienced this as well with your own children. But the birth of a baby changes your life, especially the first one. So, it really changed. People say that. People will tell you that. Oh, that baby's going to change your life. Going to change your life. And I used to say, oh yeah, what's that going to? I'm just going to have to carry an extra one with me. Just have to put 2 pairs of shoes on instead of my pair of shoes on. But they really do change your life. They
Oh,
really do
absolutely.
change
Every
your
day.
outlook,
Every
your
day.
mindset, your priorities, your everything about your life. They change them. So I wish her the best.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm not wishing any ill content on her child or Patrick or herself. It's just discussion.
Yeah, we would, though, prefer that she not take unnecessary risks, just like any pregnant woman.
Well, she seems to have been smart enough to stay home. So somebody's got to wear the pants in that family.
He's getting pretty close. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this will be his 3rd go around at losing his channel and losing monetization, and he's out there still trying to do it. So I don't know who's responsible for taking him down. You can blame me if you like. I don't care. But he's out there. He's doing what I guess the only thing he knows how to do is whine and cry on camera.
I think he blamed Furry.
Okay, I don't know how that would have happened, but hey, whatever.
He actually did. I think he made a stream or something, and he said something about, this is all Furry's fault. But, who knows? He's the last time they blamed the Merb Trolls. So, that was after the Merb Trolls disbanded. But nevertheless, Merb Manson cult is striking it up.
Trolls, it's the troll.
It's always the trolls. And then you're a troll if you disagree. So everybody's a troll because we all disagree at some point.
Well, he has to be good for something. Reproducing and filming.
Well, reproducing at least once.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying it's his.
I'm not going to comment on that.
I'm going to use the 5th Amendment on that. I've heard it was Earl's. I've heard it was OKC and Nomads.
Earl. Oh man, I love his new haircut.
Right there's a good man. South Side.
Well, what else is going on in the community? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We talked about the channel getting taken down. I showed you all the paperwork for Eric's charge being dismissed, his federal charge. And I don't know. I can't think of really anything else going on. This virus has really slowed everything down.
Well, did you guys see the video out of Los Angeles where the individual had some interaction with, I guess it was UCLA Medical Center, police department or something like that, because he wasn't wearing a mask. I have not seen the video of itself, but apparently someone was arrested for that. And then
I heard about that.
And Jose Gonzalez was also arrested. I guess it was last weekend or something along the same way for out again filming the police. And
I thought they were given citations.
No, Gonzalez was arrested.
Wow.
Gonzalez was arrested, and the sheriff's department still has his equipment. So that's STV News, and he's out there working. And there's other characters that are trying to keep people like him from being out there for whatever reason. But he has a full-time job as well, and he can be out working. He's essential services like that, and also he does have the content and does cover news stories. It does cover police interactions, so different than live PD. So if people have a problem with cop watchers filming the police, but I guarantee they love live PD. And I've seen plenty of, I watched like 2 episodes of it, so I get it. I get what it is, and I know what it is, and oh wow, okay, cool, amazing, no thanks. Because they're only selectively showing you shit. They're not showing you everything. And then sometimes the shit you're seeing, you're like going, what? Hello? Whatever.
So about the Gary videos and the Gary's emo videos, it's my understanding from watching some other, I guess, videos that talked about it. I guess the allegations are that maybe Justin made some complaints or filed some complaints for terms of service violations to include bullying.
Hey, Joe.
And that those videos may have been removed by YouTube. And Joe Cool, what do you mean Joe Bronson was arrested? I mean Chuck Bronson was arrested.
Charles Bronson, yeah,
whatever. Whatever his name is.
Charles Bronson. This is his YouTube channel. But no, he wasn't arrested. He was given summonses. He was not arrested. Unless that video is, I have not seen. This is the only video I saw that he just put out. Just put it out on a stream.
Hey, Joe Cool, sorry. Joe Cool, you can come up on panel. I can go to backstage.
From what I understand, it was a citation.
Yeah, summons to appear. Yeah, that's absolutely what I got from it. Let me get the news story.
They were both issued citations.
I tried to get the news story, but my computer froze up. Couldn't handle the load.
And I don't know how to make the volume work.
Okay, so when I was trying to explain this to you earlier, when that little black box comes up where you choose if you want the tab or whatever, you choose your tab, and down at the bottom of that black StreamYards box is an audio thing where you can put a check in it to include the audio. It's not in your browser. It's in a StreamYards box on this on the share screen. It's on the share screen.
Let me try it again.
Okay.
Yeah, but the problem he's having is that he's not using Chrome, and that little tab, the little thing that you click for the sound to go through, is on the Chrome.
No, it's on the StreamYards.
No, I understand it's on the StreamYards, the StreamYards, but when you share the screen, there's 3 different selections, and one of them is Chrome, where you can share the Chrome, and there's a little check at the bottom where you can share the sound. But he's not on Chrome. He's using, what are you using? Firefox. So do you see at the top of when you share the screen at the top, there's 3 tabs. I'm hoping he's in the back, or maybe he got himself thrown off.
I just shared the link that you want if you want to share it.
Let me see if I can do it. Well, he has to share my screen, but hang on, let me see.
Yeah, it might be
My
easier
bad.
for you than me.
I kicked myself out of my own panel.
It happens. DDT does it all the time.
Okay, share screen. Second screen. Remember this device.
Yeah, there's the latest news article.
Yeah, that's the one I tried to share, but I froze up.
Oh, and you see when you share the screen at the top, there's like 3 little tabs. One of them is like applications. One of them is maybe the computer screen, and the other one usually says Chrome
or tab.
And that's the one that usually has the little check mark at the bottom.
I'd have to switch over to Chrome after I download it.
Yeah. That second link I shared is actually a really good one because it actually gives the citizen journalist's full name. I didn't dox him. I'm just letting you know how to do this. But it gives his full name, telephone number, home address, and everything else in there. And this is from Northern Indiana Newsmakers, real unbiased media for the people. It says it's the second NIN journalist to be cited as an unapproved media during the COVID-19 crisis. And it was Lafayette, Indiana Police Department. And so that link's in there as well if you want to share that.
Okay. The second one or the first one?
The second one. The first one is the link to the video of the interaction, but the link to that same video interaction is in that second link as well. And it's not to his YouTube, but if you want his YouTube, his YouTube channel is the first link.
Okay. That's the thing that Hemming posted as soon as it goes through. Anon, are you able to share screen?
Yeah, I can.
All right. And I'll just accept it.
He's got that new high-powered laptop. He should be able to do something.
Which one?
The first one. I want to know.
The 9 Newsmakers.
9 Newsmakers, yeah.
Come on, Odin, find that bigger hammer.
No, I need to get Google Chrome.
I need to get my power tower.
Interesting with that 9 Newsmaker accuses the other affiliate station there of lying.
What affiliate station are you talking about?
WLFI.
Oh, okay. The one that I couldn't share because my computer froze up.
Oops, here it comes.
Is that me?
Okay, then you want me to scroll up or down? There's a video there.
Go to the video, yeah.
Okay, just a sec.
You share audio?
There goes the sergeant. 9 into right front fleet. It'll be on a black Durango. Stand by for bird 28. No, he already knows exactly who the fuck I am. Oh, you signal 27. 316, I'm trying to call him back. No answer.
That's off the news article, right?
What's up?
Hey, quick question, man.
Yeah.
You aware of the executive order 20-8?
No.
You're not supposed to be out and about in shelter in place unless you're conducting essential activities?
I am. This is essential. I'm a member of the media. It's called Your News Now.
You're not a part of the recognized part of the media, okay?
Yes, I am.
You're not.
Says who?
This driver is saying that she just left Pearson South Carolina, which is where she works. Okay. You still looking at the I've got nothing showing out here. Not running.
Still working at what?
I know she said that she worked in places over on the west side.
No, she don't work at the Union Place.
Okay. Is that closed down right now? Do you have your ID?
Yeah. Or no, I guess it ain't.
Do you have your ID on you, man?
So, Anon, this for the
You already
news
know I'm a
article-
member of the media.
news article?
You
or
know
is
why
it
I do
Chuck?
this? You know who I
Say again, Odin?
This from the news article or from Chuck's, Bronson's?
It's the news article that's there.
Okay.
And I scrolled down, and this is what showed on the news article to play.
Okay.
Do you want me to leave it go?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
I just want to make sure it's fair use so I ain't getting flagged.
Oh, okay. No, it's off the news article. I'll show you.
Okay, sweetie. Go ahead and play it then.
am. So this cop's trying trying to pull me over, saying I'm not a member of the media, even though I constantly do media stories 7 days a week online, and he knows it. You got your ID or no?
They also tell you to get out and exercise and get fresh air.
No shit.
Unfortunately, driving around in a vehicle is not counts exercise. Getting fresh air.
Really? It's not fresh air?
Walking and be okay.
You mind just giving that to my partner over there, ma'am?
This is a First Amendment violation, just so you know.
Joe.
ACLU versus Reno. 1996 SCOTUS. Internet, including YouTube, has full First Amendment protection. Now, this is a sergeant. They're just trying to fuck with me. He was fucking with me earlier, trying to pull me over, but he got a call. Well, they're saying we're committing a crime, so that's the only reason why I ain't fighting. Yep. There's plenty of room.
Sorry, I didn't see it open.
You familiar with Brandsburg versus Hayes and ACL versus Reno?
And there you go. There's your summons for violation of executive order 20-8. Okay, make sure you're in Superior Court 5 on June 1st, 8:30 a.m.
Yeah, thanks for being a cocksucker as usual.
All right. Hey, go home.
But I know I'm a member of the fucking media. Are you deaf, dumb, and stupid? Apparently you are. Fucking going home, motherfucker. Oh, that was fun.
I hope he doesn't get anything out of it. Maybe a stern lecture. Hey, you know you should have been out, blah, 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 blah. Are you guys able to read that?
Yeah, that's their opinion, huh?
Yeah, that was it. That's all that was on the Felipe one.
I thought there was well, it's the WLFI has the news interview with him.
Which one was yours, Nevaeh? It seemed like it had a different video. You can post it.
I got it, Odin. You want me to share it?
Yeah, that way we show all.
Okay, just a sec.
There's one that Nevaeh had, and there's one that Hemming put up.
The
and I just want to be fair. Whoops. And
the
I just wanna
yeah, I'm sorry. The WLFI.com one that NJ posted is the same one that I posted that I tried to play when I got locked out.
okay. And I just want to be fair and post, everybody's story.
Your local news.
And I don't want to see
Police
commercials.
were originally checking in on a suspicious vehicle. That's when police say Brian Wilkins, also known as Chuck Bronson, showed up to do what he's commonly known to do, film the whole thing.
I live broadcast on YouTube. 4 to 12 hours a day.
Wilkins runs a YouTube channel under the name Chuck Bronson, where he records police officers responding to calls. His channel has more than 14,000 subscribers and more than 100,000 views.
What I'm interested in my news reporting is police action, fire trucks, car accidents.
He listens to a police scanner throughout the day, and that's what he was doing when he heard a Lafayette police officer say they were pulling over a vehicle Thursday night.
And so I happened to be real close in the area, and
Joe, you
I
can
was on
come on
9th
up
Street.
with
It was
Sam.
on 9th Street. And, I was there within a couple minutes.
Wilkins says as soon as he parked his car to record, another police officer pulled up behind him.
He basically told me that I'm not media, and he gets to choose and decide who's media and who's not.
After that exchange, according to Lafayette Police, Wilkins and his passenger, Lana Klingerman, were cited for violating Governor Holcomb's stay-at-home order and given a court date. It's a summons for a misdemeanor and considered an arrest.
I think it's a major right violation. I mean, it hurts my feelings. It's upsetting. It's disappointing. I mean, it's horrible.
Wilkins says he is working to file a lawsuit against the city of Lafayette and several police officers. He also says a court date hasn't been set for the citation he was given, although once it's all said and done, he says police officers should still expect to see him around. In Lafayette, Marvin Bills, News 18.
Thank you, Anon.
Yep, no problem.
Oop. Sorry, Nevaeh.
You did that just to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's how you get women to shut up right there. Cool. Put them in the backstage.
Hey, Joe Cool.
Oh, quick man, wait a minute. Is Teresa still at her cat? Darn it.
Nope.
Nope.
She seen you and she ran. There's that horny
You know,
bastard.
I've been trying to get her and Nevaeh. Just hearing them together, I was content being in the fucking chat. Totally content. And then when you said that, I'm like, fuck, I could be up there with both my girls, and fucking Teresa's gone.
I think she had something going on at home.
It's fine. Your voice is fucking absolutely amazing.
So how have you been, Joe Cool?
I think I'm going stir crazy. I ran out of weed today. I gotta fucking go to the bank. And so, cause I can't get a bank account. I tried. I got a 30-year no work history. I got to get my kid and get her to go to the bank. And then she has to, if she's like, I don't feel like the day dad, I'm not going to push her. So I don't know. I'm stressed when I don't have my weed. I'm a prick. But Chuck, somebody was sending me articles this morning, news story about Chuck being popped. I talked to him right after it happened. I texted him while it was happening, told him we was mirroring. And when it was over with, he called me. So he was okay. Then this morning, I'm getting text motherfuckers saying, your boy got popped. And there's the news story different from that one where they got his mug shots, him and his wife.
No, and
that was funny, but it's misleading.
I hope you
I'm
understand.
sorry.
I was
It's
just trying to play everybody's side of the story and let you guys be the.
No, I thought you did well. I got no problem. In fact, if Chuck have a problem with you playing his live, you give me a call. I'll rap with him. He won't have no problem with it. We're good buddies. You're doing right. In fact, all you guys been doing good. I don't want to compliment you cats too much. I don't want nobody to get big heads. But I was watching. I don't know. I've probably been in there for 10, 15 minutes. I got booted off of Jeff's because my internet won't work. I didn't think I can get on panel.
Joe, we're closer together, so our net should be in sync with each other.
What about being close together? What?
Our internets are closer together, and we're both
Yeah.
Yankees, and you know those Southern people, they're kind of crazy.
That's what it is. Yankees are the Southerners.
Well, I'm neither north nor south. I'm center, so I don't get to qualify as one or the other.
I feel like such a perv when you talk about.
That's just wrong, Joe.
I know it is. I'll be watching you fuck with fish, and then I get on here and suddenly you can hear your voice and lose my fucking mind. Yeah, Chuck. I checked after I see the news stories. I called him again. He like, no, I'm telling you, blah blah blah. I'm fine. I'm at the crib. And I looked, the mug shots they use are old. In fact, the chick sent me the story of what the mug shots. They're from either 2005 or 2015. They're really old. But the cop, he's into it with the cop. There was a retaliation targeting. Chuck has been going back and forth with him for a while now. They had an incident last week, a few days before that, So apparently this cop told him, yeah, I arrested him just to, give him a bad fucking look.
Hey, Southside, is it alright if we play one of your videos?
Yeah, Southside's a pimp.
Hey, Joe.
Watch out, meow Yankee.
Hey, Joe. Nevaeh, all she does is whisper sweet nothings in my ear. Ask her.
Oh, don't you suck. Are you still hollering at my other woman, Liz, too? Y'all still playing the video game?
Yeah.
You're my other wife. We rap and shh, don't tell nobody, but
That's funny. But how's your girl, Joe? That's still going strong?
Which one, man? I'll be jumping around a lot. Which one of it?
The one you told me about.
Not going strong, and she's probably watching now, so I told her I was gonna come in here about 15 minutes ago, so she's probably watching, so I'd have to watch myself. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay, since the other girl is lurking too, her and my ex do a lot of fighting. They run into chats, do a lot of fighting, then I get calls all night and get balled out. That's been my last 3 days. Today's been cool so far, but hey, who knows what might happen in Otis chat tonight. Might be another fucking cat fight,
The night is not over yet.
It's not over.
Joe, you know how to solve that situation? You give them each their own private ringtone, and when they ring you, you know not to answer it. Fuck it.
Oh, that I don't know how well that would work, Odin. The problem is both of them are sweet, both of them are great. And they be like, yeah, no problem, long as she doesn't say anything, And then I'll be on panel and I hear Joe, there's a fight in the fucking chat. And both of them be like, she started it. And then the next night, oh, Joe, there's a fight in the chat. God damn it, she started it.
Anon, you have that link?
It sounds like both of the young ladies need to grow the fuck up and get the fuck over it.
I would agree, right? It sounds like, I'm with the new girl, solid, period. But I can't tell her that she's not hearing me. Nigga, I'm all in. Me and you, motherfucker, fuck that. Yes, I guess she's watching right now.
Yeah, she's watching. Yep, there you go.
Yes, that's the nigga I'm with right there. I'm all in with her. So she's clear. But I understand you get into a fight with the ex. God damn it, and she feel like calling me up like, nigga, if you don't block her, motherfucker, we're done.
Anon, can you pick up that link in the private chat?
Yeah, I got it. I'm just ready for it and let you know when to play it.
Okay. Pop it up. I didn't want to be rude to Joe and tell him to shut up.
I'll tell him. Be quiet, Joe.
I mean, I could mute him, but it ain't right. No, I want to play this one because this video here says a lot for Slacker. And I'll put it on full screen. Go ahead and play it. You got sound?
Don't know yet. I don't think so. You share the sound, Odin, you got to share the sound as well.
I can't figure out how to get it to sound.
One of you ladies tell them how to play sound. Anon, how does he share the sound too? I always hear Jeff saying that. Oh, I forgot to share the sound.
Yeah, that's why I'm having Slacker do, or not Slacker, but Anon do it.
Yeah. Odin doesn't have Chrome.
Anon is so
not that
quiet.
one.
Not sure what's going on.
It's in the back.
Right.
Just give me a second. I got to recopy the link. Hold on.
Okay. Slacker's a good dude. Wait a minute.
E-S, right? And
It's a
Black, I
fifth.
need your email again. I tried to find it. I buried it. I took a screenshot. All
There
right,
we
I hit
go.
sign now. All right.
Look how close he is.
What's up, y'all? Shots fired. We got 2 officers strapping up with vests right here. And you got 1 officer right there. I was about a block away, and I heard about 9-10 rounds go off from the distance I was at. Sounded like a high caliber handgun, 40 maybe. And then, like I said, heard sirens roll up, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 officers. And they have weapons drawn. They're about to go, I guess, attempt to make a breach and find out what's going on with this gentleman and the shots fired. You got this officer pulling out his AR. You got that officer at the ready with a handgun. We got this officer, and then we got another officer right there. So I'm counting 4, maybe 5 officers. What's up, y'all? No, this ain't on Morrison. This is on Holder and Fenfield, over here on the southwest side, right near Lackland. Like I said, we had shots fired. I heard about 9 or 10 rounds go off, and then after that, we heard sirens. We got this officer at the front door. We got another officer on the other side of that bush, and then these 2 officers right here. I'm assuming we're just awaiting more officers. We got a neighbor helping out the officers, which is all cool. No, I wasn't passing by. I was actually visiting a family member a block or so over. I don't want to dox their address, but I was visiting a family member, and that's when I heard the cops. That's when I heard the shots fired. And I'm gonna keep it down and let y'all hear what's going on.
Swagger did a hell of a good job in this.
Okay, they're saying there's pits in the yard. What's up, Wolfman? We had shots fired. I heard about 9 or 10 rounds. It sounded like a high caliber handgun. And then not even 5 minutes later, we heard sirens. And then now, where I'm at now, we got an officer up front. At the front door, we got an officer right here with the high caliber rifle. We got another officer on that truck over there with the high caliber rifle. And then the bald officer I just showed his just a handgun. Right now, we only have these 4 officers on scene. I'm sure there's more on the way. I'm sure they're going to eventually tell me to back up and put some tape on, but until they tell me to leave, I'm going to stay right here. I'm probably at most 20 yards away from the officers. I'm like right across the street from them. We got a 5th officer showing up right now.
HDR.
He's giving them the rundown. We're going to pay attention to these officers right here. C-45, he's saying they aren't AK rounds, they're 45 rounds. Just like I suggested, they're high caliber rounds. He's pointing to the ground. Those are the shells. Let me see if I can get the shells. The shells on the ground. But I'm not going to make them out real good.
Odin, you posted the YouTube channel, not the StreamYards channel.
Yeah, I know. That's just slackers.
Like I said, this literally just happened. It's been 10 minutes since the shots were fired, since the officers showed up, and since I've been here filming. It's been a total of 8 to 10 minutes tops. So news hasn't had a chance to show up or anything. That's the sound of the planes from Lackland overhead. I'm gonna try to get around to y'all's comments here in a second, but I'm trying to make sure I get good camera angles on what's going on here. We got 3 officers talking to I believe a witness right here. and I guess he's letting them know who lives there and things of that nature, things that are going to be vital to them right now. What's up, Interfilm? Yes, sir. We had shots fired from a high caliber handgun, 45, I suspect. I thought 40, but I thought I heard the officer say 45 rounds on the ground. After the shots fired, I'm telling you, it was about 9 or 10 rounds popped off, something fierce. And then I heard sirens and walked over here and then saw 4 officers posting up, getting ready to take action. And then that officer right here that's pointing, and then this officer closest to me, the younger one with the hair, arrived on scene afterwards.
Nice, Southside.
He did a hell of a good job. Stay
Yeah, I'm just
calm.
recording, boss. If y'all need, I can back up. I'm not trying to intervene or nothing. I'm just recording. Yeah, yes, sir. I was on the next block. I heard it. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, I'll do you a solid. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. It sounded more like a high caliber handgun, but I was like a block or 2 away, so I'm not certain. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it sounded something fierce. Yes, sir.
He gave respect and he
So
got
at least the
respect
officers are being
back
cordial.
to him. That's how everybody should be.
Philip, I'm gonna try to be down there with McAnus this year. Yes, sir. And I'll tell you what, I appreciate the officers being cordial, respectful, and understanding that I'm just here to film and not interfere. We got 2 more officers. So that makes a total of 8 officers on scene. Like I said, I don't know how much longer they're going to allow me to be this close to the scene, because the scene is literally right there, that gate where these officers are parked in front of. And I'm probably 20 yards away from that gate. So,
And thank you for allowing me to play this slacker.
oh, okay. He's giving his sergeants a rundown. Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. So we got those, and then we got these gentlemen getting rundowns right now. So we got more officers pulling up.
See how close he was to Joe?
Yes, you may.
You could almost kiss him.
Right.
What's up, Paul? Like I said, I'm missing a lot of comments right now, and I apologize. I could be, you're right. That's why the cops expressed their concern towards my safety, and I appreciated it. That's why I'm trying not to intervene. I'm trying to show respect. This is a serious situation. I'm not out here to cause a scene or act an ass right now. Even if they asked me to back right now, I'd be fucking polite and understand, because it's a very high tense situation, and I don't want to take away from anything that they have to be focused on right now. So. So we got 5 officers right there. We've got 1, 2, 3 officers right here. And like I said, these officers are being very professional. They're trying to take care of the situation, and yet not try to bully me or violate me or get me out of the way. And I'm very appreciative about that.
Surprised they ain't chased you off, bro.
Yeah, the officer behind me is giving a situation report to the SIDREP to report to a sergeant, but I'm going to go ahead and let them have their privacy right now.
Did you come over here pretty fast when you heard them?
I came actually when I heard the sirens, because I heard the shots, and me and the people I was hanging out with thought they may have been fireworks, but I recognized them as shots. And then when I heard the sirens, that's instantly when I put 2 and 2 together, and then stepped over this way. I actually didn't know, so I didn't. Totenkopf, no. Even if I chose to, I probably wouldn't open carry in a situation like this, because the officers have enough on their plate worrying about an armed suspect that if I was to show up on scene with a gun and a camera, I'm pretty sure that the gun would take precedence and they would ignore the camera, so I wouldn't put them in that situation to take the focus off of the real concern right now, even though I would have every right to.
Look at this guy.
Look how close he is. This is very impressive. At least for me, anyways.
No, it's impressive, man.
Ow.
Sergeant Contreras.
Find out what happened earlier. You can just come outside or give us the phone number or something. We can talk to you.
Yes, he's in the house. They're saying that there's two locations. There's a front location and there's a back location, like a duplex. And they're saying that he's located in the back location. Shit, man, like I said, I'm missing a lot of these comments, and I apologize, man, for the people who have said what's up, and I ignored. It wasn't intentional. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep my eyes on the situation, you know. So I apologize if y'all feel like maybe I gave y'all the cold shoulder. It was not intentional. So they're looking around for the shells on the ground right now. The two officers on my right. Yes, sir. News Now Omaha. There was shots fired about 10 to 15 minutes ago. It sounded like about 9 or 10 rounds from a high caliber handgun. Whoever called it in suspected it to be a rifle because the officers believed it to be an AK. But the shells in the ground that they're seeing suggest a 45. After the shots were fired, I heard a few police sirens, and then they went silent when they got pretty close, so which gave me concern. I walked a block over and found several officers. Right now, they're just we have that officer mentioned his safety earlier also come up. So we got these officers to my right discussing more of the situation. What's up, Joe Mama? I'm good. What's up, Swiss? I should, right? But from Division and 35, what's up, Pete? Man, we ain't even too far from that. What's up, Invictus, man? Shots fired here over here by the Lackland area. I don't want to give exact location. I gave it earlier, but over here by Kelly, Lackland Kelly, there was shots fired, and this is the officers responding. Oh yeah, definitely. TLC. I already know. Behind me, there's a empty grass and a front yard in front of me, and to my left, about 1.5 feet, is a mailbox. The only thing I got to worry about is if I have to roll backwards, is a big ant pile. What's up, mister? No, Zach, I don't live a block away. I was visiting some friends that live about a block away. What's up, Matthew? Caroline, I will, man. First Amendment, you know I'm going to try to audit. First Amendment, audit Ohio. I'm going to try to be careful. The cops are being, you know, pretty legit, pretty safe, you know. Second Sun News. I don't know if you're referring to me or not, but that's all right. I'll troll the cops. Like I said, I'm not here to even interfere or give them a hard time in any way. I'm not trying to express my First Amendment and tell them how I feel. These guys are on some serious shit right now. You know, there's a alleged man with a gun who just fired shots. I'm not trying to interfere with them in any way. Let them have their space.
Yeah.
Maybe after it's done, maybe I'll see if one of these officers will talk to me, but I should be all right. I got 78% battery. They do seem pretty relaxed. I appreciate that, Second Son. What's up, watch this from Cali? You already know. What's up, Will? See and say. You already know, Robert. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Omaha Cow Block? Let me scroll back up here and say what's up to a lot of people that I'm sure are But it ain't nothing going on here. I'll just. What's up, Nico? Stay true. Demarius, East End Justice, Wise Guy, Savage Zombie, Marine Vet Mom, Luis. It's over here by Kelly Lackman, Holder, and something. What's up, Stay True? I'll watch you learn. Holder and Fenfield, I think I said. I'd have to stand up and look, but I'm not trying to make too much movement. I'm trying to stay as positioned as I can. What's up, JDK? Hunter Andrews, what's up, Liberty Freak TV? I watch you learn. I'm pretty sure I said it. What's up, Modified? Sudi. Angel Ramos. Yeah, you already know. What's up, Melissa, Matt, T-Dog, Grouch. Trying to get shots out to anybody I may have missed, man. Let's get back down. What's up, Whitebeard? How you doing today, bro? Sasquatch, always peering from the woods, man. Yeah, the cops aren't forcing the issue, so I'm assuming that maybe they've talked to him over the phone already. I'm not sure. Appreciate it, Jay Ramos, man. What's up, Ahad Crazy, man? Thank you, Holly. I'm trying to just let these gentlemen do their job. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Phoenix? Lady Zyga, appreciate it. Already, Philip, man. I'll be down there. I'll be live. I'll give you a heads up when I'm going. What's up, Tactical Texan? They do have a suspect, Invictus. He's held up inside of his apartment right now. Thank you, Nord Odin. How you doing, boss? Another, I guess, sergeant, I believe, just came up. And see, Odin, even though I'm usually an asshole to cops and everything, but, you know, I give them that they haven't busted my chops. They're going to be... Behind the U-Haul, sir.
That's all good. I
Give
can
them
wait a
directional
couple
help.
while. Going.
I guess the one of the individuals that was involved.
We've only been on
is,
for 2 hours and 20
located.
minutes.
I'm not going to
so
give the
we're still
location
good,
out,
though.
but it's located elsewhere, and the officers are going to go talk to them right now. I don't want to give the location out for the simple fact that I don't know if the gentleman inside is a subscriber of mine or anybody that may know him, and I don't want to give up any location to somebody that may be in danger right now. And I know that's a little vain, thinking they may be subscribers, but I mean, I just don't know, and I don't want to take that chance.
So I said, think my head.
He's right on.
What's up, green-eyed lady? We'll try to get you there, Sasquatch, man. They'll try to get you there. Thank you, Desert Sentinel. No, actually, I was just sitting at a friend's house and heard the shots fired and everything just happened around me. Thank you, Matthew Flores, man. I learn a lot by watching others too, man. We can help all keep each other informed and educated.
Slacker is wise beyond his years.
Man, I'm fucking close, man. I'm like right in the middle of the lion's den right here. I got surrounding me. I've got like 8 officers surrounding me. Like I'm like literally right in the middle of their huddle.
That's fucking danger close there.
Right behind the U-Haul.
Yeah, I was in your live feed that day. And I'm sorry if this is boring, you guys.
Thank you, Tactical.
But this can't be boring as good as he's doing. Shit.
Melissa, thank you as well. Grouch, man, I've been chilling. No, I don't have a vest. I need to invest in one. right? I mean, the cops are being more than gracious right now. And so now they got the Blue Eagle out too. So I guess in case he tries to make a run or something, they got the chopper out.
Gittlebird.
On that side, do me a favor, or park on like a couple houses down.
Attempting to block the roads off now, so I don't know how much longer I got. Oh no shit, Melissa, I didn't even think about that. Let's see, behind me is this residence, so if I got a duck behind me, it's good. So if shots get to fire and I'm just dropping and rolling. You already know, Ohio. What's up, Chi-Town? Appreciate it, Evie. Right now, they're just verifying with victims and neighbors if anybody's been hit. Right, they seem real relaxed. What's up, Sam, man? Which house? Michigan Mister, this one right here. I'm going to zoom in on it. This house right here. That one right there. It's that middle one of the screen. Hey, ma'am, how you doing? What's up, Adjust? Lydia, hello. South side, I'm from the south side of San Antonio, second son. They could be waiting on SWAT. They got the chopper out, and they got these gentlemen just standing watch. No, just a regular canine. This is happening on the south side by Lackland and Kelly on Holder and Fenfield. Right there, down the street from the Jack in the Box that I got trespassed from. Lanley, I thought I felt my ass get pinched. Again, thank you, Odin, man. You know, I'm trying to just not always be about giving cops the shit. You know, they're in a serious situation right now, so the last thing I need to do is be here causing a disturbance and taking their attention away from what's really going on. Now, had I just been walking by and seen these guys sitting there doing nothing, yeah, I probably would have thrown them the finger and told them to fuck off. But, you know, this is a serious matter, so I'm letting them do it. Because even down that way, we got 2 more cops posted up with weapons. They're blocking off the streets. Oh yeah, things pop off. I'm telling you. Teresa, ma'am, how are you? Oh yeah, Deuce, man, they don't know. It's all day. Texas woman, yes, ma'am. This is San Antonio. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, let's just say a couple days ago, around the same time on the south side, there was a standoff where some dude, what I think I saw on the news, some dude shot his wife and then burned the house down. Like, what the hell's going on around here? What's up, Joe? Man, you already know, man. Gotta stay safe. That east side, man, I'm gonna come fuck with you on that bullshit, man. Y'all got the good shit over there. What's up, Danny boy? The guy in the house, I'm assuming they allege is the guy who fired the shots, so that's why they're there. So yes, they're getting prepared, I guess, to breach Denver Heights already.
Kuma, you're wrong.
What's up, Stray Dog? Yeah, no cash. It was actual shots fired. There's shell casings on the road.
If they were females and they were in an intercourse, the females would have been loving Slacker because he was balls deep. Excuse my terminology.
Oh, look, I was wrong. It's the greenhouse.
You don't need to go over that.
That's what they all are, bro. That officer got the gauge on ready. And looks like that officer broke chain. You see that? You ain't supposed to let go of that man until y'all are clear.
Slacker had to give him hell.
All right, so I gave him misinformation. It wasn't the house I previously thought. It's the greenhouse that's with nobody in it, with no bushes or nothing in it.
Yeah, the guys that I'm talking about just walked back out and came out. One Hispanic male, black t-shirt, blue jeans, black hat, another male, long sleeve shirt on, and blue jeans, flip-flops, and a hat.
They're getting descriptions from Eagle right now. Oh, that's an emergency signal right there.
Long-way driver, they have 16, one on 16, going to south,
There's a couple of units back there. I'm gonna check.
It's like if you want to, you
top
can
of the
come up
house
on
that I
panel.
originally thought was the house.
We're about to go back there, but they were letting me know that there should be some officers in the back there. They go back over there. Yeah, they're good. Okay, yeah, that's great.
No, Texas woman, I have no idea. I wish I would have brought my fucking cigarettes with me. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to leave and come back. And I'm hearing they don't have a complainant right now. This officer on the right said technically they don't have a complainant right now. And that if she wants to be the complainant, she has to come back. See, I can't get close enough. I can see the shine of the shells, but I don't think I can see like those right there. Those are shells right there. So I can see the shine of the shells, but I can't tell. So they're saying that the woman who left has to come back down if she wants to be the complainant. And I guess they're going to use her to make entry into the home. Man, those shields are no joke. You just set that thing down and it sounded like a fucking bag of concrete. No, going south. It's actually on the south side. Maybe
It's all cool, Joe.
southwest. Right by Lackland Kelly Air Force Base, Holder, and Fenfield. Right there, that cop's got a stash on him, right? Yeah, Gerald, I'm like 4 blocks from Southwest Medicine. Sorry about that. Y'all had a scary ass fucking spider on me. I don't play that bullshit. Jack in the Crack on Bynum and Military. We're about 4 blocks north of that on Fenfield. No, Nathan, this isn't in my neighborhood, boss. This is in a close family, friend, relative's neighborhood. Spider bites, good luck, my ass. Listen, if you live, you're lucky.
Yeah, with some other show.
Hearing more sirens. I'm assuming they're headed this way.
DDT, you can come up if you like. Never know. You might get it.
Yeah, Joe. I mean, it's
Try
a
for
pretty
it,
regular
Slacker.
occurrence, man. But
Yeah, I thought because I asked him, I said,
Hey, Anon. I'm gonna stop
appreciate it, Rush.
live share. I don't want to use all his video.
Yep. Okay.
Now, the Slacker, that was just impressive in my opinion. You're still there, Nevaeh?
Yep, I'm here. That was a good job, Slacker. I like that.
He was in the thick of things.
Yep.
Without being in it, right? Being in it without being in it. That's the way.
That's how a professional journalist does it. Mr. Slacker.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening, Suicide.
You held your ground. You wasn't a dick, and they treated you with respect when you treated them with respect, and it went both ways.
Oh, I tell you that. Like I said, that changed how I just fucking conduct myself. Period. When I'm out now.
Yeah.
No
Well,
bars.
now-
Shit. Give me right when I jump on. I get a phone call. Give me about 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll be back on.
Okay. I can mute
Well,
your
I'm not
mic
too
for
fond
you.
of molester drumsticks, so
Oop, hold on.
yeah, sorry.
Go ahead, Diver.
Having laptop issues.
Oh, okay. Don't you hate that when you go on a panel or you go do something, you get a phone call? It's like, ah, son of a crap.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's part of the reason why I'm so hard on these new auditors. They don't understand that 40% of the cops just don't care about the camera. Give them respect and they'll give it right back and they'll just leave you be.
Yep, pretty much so. There's a way to do things and there's a way not to do things.
Yep. Give and take.
Just like with anything else. But I like that. That was very well done. Uprising Joe Cool's internet, he said, was messing up. Said he'd come back. We'll see.
He might be having friend problems.
Well, maybe
crashing his
somebody,
phone.
and maybe somebody just demanding that they get a chat. Who knows? But that's Joe's thing. So anyhow, so I hope you all enjoyed that. If there's any auditors out there watching, please take a lesson from it because it was very well done.
Yep. Auditors can still learn too.
Yep. None of us know everything.
The day you stop learning is the day you're in
In the
heaven.
grave.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I love the way the mouse shows up right on the boob line. Oh, please. That's funny. So, Odin, thank you for doing this stream. This has been nice. It really has.
Yeah, I never thought he'd really do it.
What the hell?
Joe wants you to answer his phone if it rings, Nevaeh.
Say that again, Anon?
Behave. Behave, Joe. She has a taser and she knows how to use it.
Oh, answer my phone if it rings. Okay. Well, if he didn't forward the calls, I can't do that, so he'll have to deal with it on his own. Wouldn't that be something if he forwarded the calls and I answered his girlfriend's call? She would flip out, I think.
That's when you send him a new picture of you and him together. Just kidding.
Well, there was no old picture, so there certainly can't be a new one.
Nude.
Well, still, there's no old one, so there couldn't be a new one, regardless of whether it was nude or not. Anyway.
Hey, DDT.
Hey,
There
what's going on?
he is. Hello.
Hi, Nevaeh.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm just peachy. I mean, lovely. I'm not peachy, but I'm lovely. Thank you.
Lovely,
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Shut up, Odin. I know where that comparison is going, so shut up, Odin.
Well, you said it. I just, you know. Yeah, DDT, I got a question to ask you. How the hell do you not know people are backstage? It goes bloop.
Oh, I don't know. It does make that bloop sound, and the only ones that still kind of can be a problem is that sixth person. It kind of, I don't know.
So now you're admitting that you get an alert sound, but you just ignore it.
I don't ignore it necessarily.
Yes, you do.
What I heard.
Well, I get all the different sounds, all the different notifications. I get them confused, maybe.
Harry Bonsall just went live.
Who's that?
Harry. Who's that? You asked me that last time. Then you said to me, Harry Bonsall's live.
Oh, Mama no. Sorry. My bad.
Okay. I got corona.
Nevaeh, you got corona?
Not really. I just smoke and it's not good.
So has any governor actually come out and just gone, no, this is crazy, we're not going to shut down, we're not going to lock down, or have they all complied?
They're all being very compliant with the president's suggestion. But he did leave it up to them.
No, I know he did, and that's why I mean, I guess, yeah, you got to kind of, I don't know, I'm just shocked, like, one governor didn't just out of, I don't want to say spite, but just, I don't know. I thought maybe there might have been one, but
Well, if they're paying attention to their numbers, then they're going to act based upon the numbers in their state. So if you have a state that's got one case, which is unlikely, you might hear a governor say, let's not worry about it unless it's looking like it's going somewhere. But
So did every 50 states, they shut down like the hair salons and everything? Or did some just say recommended just stay at home kind of thing? Or
well, where I live in my county, well, in my town, actually, is under a state of emergency, but they're not being really staunch about it. Businesses are, the hair salon in Walmart's not open, but the businesses are opening, but they're just being very diligent about the traffic through the stores and stuff like that. Reminding people to keep their social distancing, and some stores, the smaller ones, are only allowing a few people in at a time. Other than that,
I think that's going around a lot around the country. But I was thinking maybe like a Wyoming might have just came out and said, look, it's recommended you stay at home. We're not actually shutting down businesses and stuff like that. I would think that there would be one state like a Wyoming or an Idaho.
there's cases in every state, so every state is pretty much following suit in the suggestion of social distancing. And they're not forcing people to shut down, but I think some businesses are shutting down by choice and taking the government's funding to be shut down.
And sometimes it's better safe than sorry to shut down so people aren't getting sick, you know.
Exactly. Or carrying the sickness. Because some people don't show symptoms, they're just carriers.
Yeah. I just hope when the ailment breaks, they allow everything to go back to normal.
Well,
as
China
it can.
China did that, and they had another peak. I mean, the thing, it's like as soon as people started getting out again, their numbers started going back up right away.
Well, China's not being honest with their numbers anyway, though.
I know, but they're at least at this point saying we let things go back to quote unquote semi-normal, and people started getting sick again. You know.
Yeah, but the way they live is different than the way we live. We're more germaphobe compared to what way they are.
You're probably right about that, but there's still going to be some, Odin, that are out there that are not as germaphobe as, say, you or I, that are constantly washing their hands or wiping surfaces down like I do. And I mean, I don't even go out and I wipe my house down. So, you know, it's just me here and the cat and the fish, but I'm constantly cleaning. Not everybody is like that.
True.
I still think that even after things get back to what I would call semi-normal, because I don't think it's going to ever be the same as we knew it. So when things get back to being regular operations, I'll put it that way, regularly operational, I would like to think that people are still going to exercise their due diligence in being careful. And not just forget that there are sicknesses out there that can kill us.
True.
This wasn't the only thing that came out of China during this time. I'm not sure if anybody else read the news, but China had a...
Welcome back, Joe.
Thank you.
China had another... I can't even remember what it was. I may have to go back and look, but they did have at least one patient with a deadly disease diagnosed during all of this as well. I didn't see that there was any follow-up on that or if anybody else was infected.
I saw a news broadcast earlier this evening. Hong Kong and Shanghai are both experiencing a second wave.
Yep.
Have y'all heard about the CDC telling the hospitals that any person who die of, I don't know, chest problems, congestion, whatever, even if you're not sure, label it 19?
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, they've never done that before for any other thing. They want them to put cause of death on there. If it's a disease, you make the test and you wait till the results come back, then you put cause of death. But for this one, they're telling people to estimate. You know, if a guy, you know, come in with fucking congestive heart problems, you know, liquid fluid in the lungs, chest infections, anybody die from that shit, they stand attributed to the COVID bullshit.
Well, you
That's
know
going to
it.
seriously inflate our numbers.
I've even heard suicides are being attributed to COVID also.
You know
Yes,
what's
they
odd
say
about that?
if he could have been around somebody who might have had it, you label him with COVID. They're being directed to do these things.
You know what's odd about that? What's odd about that is the fact that if someone gets shot to death and a coroner has to do an autopsy, it takes longer to complete an autopsy on that. You already know they died because they were murdered, but they still have to have an autopsy done, and it takes longer to do an autopsy than it does for the test results to come back.
You do a damn simple test. They say if everything was proper, they'd first do a regular flu test, and you don't have that shit, it would take 3 hours to get the results back. That's in the ideal world. Hospitals are saying they're not even picking up the swabs anymore. All these people they tested, nobody is even coming to pick up the swabs.
Somebody at the hospitals ought to be trained to recognize under a microscope what they're looking at.
I would agree, right? How difficult? I don't know, but how difficult then can that be? I don't give a fuck if it's one person. At least now you got these numbers straight and you got something to feed the American public. Right now, they can only be, I would say 2/3 at the most. I would assume 50% is attributed to other things, but these numbers are seriously overinflated. Matter of fact, the guy for the CDC, Fauci, came out a few days ago and said, we have to, you know, change these numbers. We were wrong. We have to change the estimate. Instead of the 4.8% mortality rate, we thought it's more akin to 0.8%, which is like, yes, which is like less than anything we've ever had. The flu, I think, is 2.8, to give you an idea.
Yeah, so they need to not say that the numbers are definitive. They need to say that the numbers are estimated. But there is, and there is, and I checked the numbers the other day, during the flu season, 22,000 people around the world died of the flu, specifically the flu.
No, that's incorrect. We've had
Wait a minute.
22,000 this year so far.
That's what I said. During this
I thought
flu
you said
season.
the year. Oh, I thought you said the whole year.
No,
Okay.
during this flu season. During this flu season, 22,000 people have died from specifically the flu. But you look at the numbers for COVID, and we're at what, 80,000 now?
Yes. However, I would assume that most of those fucking flu deaths, COVID deaths, are flu deaths.
So they should say not definitive, but estimated.
They would have to. I would have more trust and confidence in them if they did things like that.
Yeah.
But yes, for you to act like I can't read a report or watch a news story on my own and find out that you're bullshitting me, it makes me doubt you even more.
I've done a little research while y'all were talking. It seems only 5 states are left without stay-at-home orders, and this is as of the 7th. I haven't found anything that's accurate for today. That's North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Arkansas.
Oh wow, and Arkansas is on fire with cases, I heard.
Oh, there is a state that has a lot of fires going on. Yeah, Ms. Joe has reported to us that they've got.
Oklahoma.
Or is Oklahoma? Is it? Yeah, Oklahoma's been really dry in some parts, and especially in the part where she is located. And it's as if she's in a pocket where the rain just basically goes around them. So they're having a lot of fires.
Wow.
Yeah, by the way,
My
that was New
God.
York Times.
I'm sorry. What about the New York Times, New Jersey?
Yeah, the map I'm looking at is New York Times, updated April 7th.
I had a friend in Utah. No cases around where she is. People are starting to leave their areas and move to hers, and she's caught squatters on her moved her signs and barricades out the way and went and squatted on her property. She went out there with a shotgun, and they like, oh, we thought it was vacant. They had to move the private property sign to pull the car in.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, and that's the first time I heard about that. Next, it'll be, I'm hungry. I need to knock on your door. Give me some food. After that, I'm hungry. I'm taking your food.
Honestly,
You know,
I wouldn't mind being in the desert right now where I used to be down there in Arizona, right off the Colorado River.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Well, if you off by the river, you got your water. You're good. Yeah.
part of the problem is you get those people that are fear-mongering people and they're watching it and they're driving people to go do these stupid, outrageous things. And it's like, dude, back off. Stop trying to brainwash people and to go do stupid crimes.
I would
My
say the
opinion.
opposite is more true. The motherfuckers that like I saw some guy on TV the other day saying, I know what you heard about snitches, but people are supposed to stay at home. So from now on,
Odin Anon would like to do a post if you would. He's asking if you would mod him for that.
Odin ain't nothing like arranged to post.
So more people have died like from drug overdoses than from COVID-19, even within-
alcohol squares, tobacco, everything.
Going on.
Car accidents, everything is more deadly than this virus.
Right. So there's is this like the CNN conspiracy? Because I don't know what you.
I know one thing, it scares me that if the flu is 2, 3, 4 times more deadly, how come we don't do this shit for the flu or SARS? There's some really deadly shit out here. Swine flu, avian flu, all the HN1. We've never done this. This shit concerns me. And I know you cats probably think I'm nuts because I think you cats are pretty level-headed. In fact, I really dug, sitting in here with those 10, 15 minutes with you guys giving that, both sides of the situation. I don't know if y'all know where did y'all do that, but what's the cat name who was in here? Hemming. That dude and you, both of y'all was working together. Y'all would ask him a question and would give both sides of the argument. I don't know if y'all aware that y'all do that, but that was cool. Y'all asked him, what do you think about the auditors down there? And Odin gave I think Nevaeh quoted Odin as saying that, nigga, you grown, he can handle his own business. Also, what if he brings it to so-and-so? I mean, you guys cover every fucking base. And now I'm gonna forget my fucking point after saying all of that shit. Yeah, it'll come back.
You got to give all sides to the story so you can make up a true judgment on the story so you ain't blind.
All right. And you're right. I remember now my radical ass. The FEMA camps, I got a map of all the different FEMA camps across the country. I had no idea there was so many of them.
Oh,
and they started hiring people to run the camps a couple months before the shit kicked off. That's just too suspect to me. And I'm like, why would they wouldn't, I shouldn't say why would they wouldn't start hiring staff unless they were planning on putting somebody in it. And when they started hiring staff, I was telling my kid and my friends, you know, they're going to start putting somebody in these camps. And then about 2 months ago, the UN came to New York and started hiring people with 6 years military, 6 years police experience. Said, we're going to need you to take guns from American citizens. And all this shit just seemed, I don't believe in coincidence, man. The timing is too fucking incredible. First people they put in those camps were fucking infected people. Why? I don't know. I just worry about shit like that. I you know, I don't look at it could be this or it could be that. I look at I don't know what seems more likely. Yes, it could be this. It could be a host of circumstances lining up, but I don't want to be blindsided by no shit.
Was that a news report that you just spoke on?
Which one? The amount of camps
About
or
hiring because
yeah,
you know
yeah.
UN cannot operate on U.S. soil.
You read my mind. These are foreigners hiring American citizens. Yes, it was all yes.
So
It's
where's
all
the
true.
article? Where is it? Where can I find it?
Hold on, let me open up. Let me get the other phone. Go ahead. Y'all talk for a second.
Could they be doing that for putting the sick people there to keep them away? And I'm not trying to sound like Hitler here, but it's going to sound like that. To quarantine them, to quarantine the sick away from the non-sick to keep the population moving, keep them healthy.
Well, that's what FEMA is for.
And sorry
Yeah.
that I had to put it like that, but I had to.
But that wasn't FEMA. That's the UN is United Nations, which are not allowed to operate on our soil. Right. That's why I want to find that. I want to see that article or wherever it came from.
All right, here's one from January 8th. Hold on. Law enforcement today. I think this might be one, January 8th. So that's right around the right time. The United Nations hiring disarmament officers in New York. January 3rd.
Where the UN headquarters is.
In New York, yeah. The job is posting for a specialist in disarmament, demobilizing, reintegration of former combatants, while posting up in New York, where the UN is headquartered, will take place 14 UN peacekeeping missions, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. This warning lab, extensive research, disarmament, demobilization. As a focal point for disarmament, demobilization, responsible for planning, support, and implementation of evaluation, the collection, documentation, control, and disposal of small arms, ammunition, light weapons of civilian population. You can find it for yourself. UN hiring disarmament in New York. That's how I found it.
Okay.
They could just be hiring out of New York. Doesn't mean they're operating in the States.
Agreed. But again, it's not how my mind would think. It could be this, it could be this. I assume these guys are evil. You shouldn't even be here hiring fucking us to take guns from American citizens. I didn't just see it in that article, but originally it was these guys are over here hiring people to take American guns, which is why it was such a big deal. Excuse me?
Okay, no, never mind.
Yeah, which, you know, these are foreigners controlling shit over here, which lends credence to the one world theory, one world government theory.
But I'll tell you what, I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say that when New York is the type of place that some shit like that would be allowed to happen, though. So that's why you got to keep an eye on that.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, these guys are getting really strong, really powerful, and they're making really weird grabs. Like the other day, about a week ago or so, Department, what is this nigga name? Attorney General William Barr asked for the power to lock up citizens with no trials and no outdates indefinitely. That's
Like,
scary to me.
Yo, Odin, you throw me a wrench over there so I can post the URL.
That's scary to everybody. The fact that they could just
Type in so I can get you.
pick you up, hide you away, and fucking keep you till they decide. Shit.
I did.
Yes,
on the
and,
fourth one up.
Yes, and you know, I went last time I went to jail. Well, it wasn't the last time, maybe it was
I don't
a
see
long
you.
time ago. There was
They could
people
only
been in
do
there
that
for
under
4
Homeland
years.
Security.
Oh,
They
I
can
see
only
now.
do that under the Homeland
There
Security
you go.
laws.
I mean, I would agree that they got some cop explanation, some legal bullshit that Congress didn't vote on, and some judge or somebody. I'm sure they got some legal way of doing this. That matters not to me. You know, they'll find a legal loophole for every fucking crime they commit, every weapon they steal. Like, for instance, you can't be tried for the same crime twice. However, those guys who whooped Rodney King ass was tried twice. They were let go, and then the federal people came in and tried them, and they probably got a civil suit. That's 3 different times you were tried for the same crime.
Well,
Now, a
they actually
motherfucker will
didn't.
tell me,
They actually didn't try. They weren't tried for the same crime.
okay, wait. Just hit my point. A person will come in and say, well, they were tried state, federal or something, do it different. Civil is something totally different. I think they may come up with a different name for it, or they call it something because you cross state lines. I would say they were tried for the same crime. Go, Neville.
It was a totally different statute. It wasn't the same crime.
I would agree, right? I think my point still holds. They'll label it something different so they can try you twice for the same crime.
That's a technicality.
I think your argument is a technicality. They were tried for beating up that nigga and they got away with it. The second time they were like, we can't have other riots. They must be persecuted and prosecuted. And it worked. Same thing with OJ. He was found innocent, but he was found guilty, and that nigga guilty as hell. We don't need to argue that. But he was found guilty in a civil. He was tried for the same shit twice.
Yeah, but in the civil court, there's different rules in a civil court. It's not the same as it's not the same as a criminal court. And he wasn't tried for the same thing. He was sued. He wasn't tried, he was sued.
I think you're arguing my point. My point is, the Constitution would tell you that it would lead you to believe that once you beat it, you're done. But the states, the local or municipalities, they found many ways to get your ass, to get around those rules. They found a way around everything that you cannot make anything infringing on my right to religion or bear arms. Then they'll come up with a thing, well, you're a felon, you can't have a gun. And I'll say, my Constitution says I can have a gun. And then somebody will say, oh, well, the law says if you're a felon, you can't carry a gun. And I'm arguing you cannot fuck with my right to have a gun.
Okay,
yes,
I'll accept that argument, but when you're talking about O.J. Simpson being found not guilty in a criminal court and being sued by the family in a civil court, it's not the same thing.
In order for him to receive judgment, didn't they have to agree that he did murder her?
No, they only had to agree that there was damages.
Well, how come that if he was freed in the first court, isn't that it? Isn't this done?
No, because civil and criminal are 2 different things.
Exactly, but it's for the same thing, right? It's for
They didn't try him for murder in civil court. That's not what they tried him for.
You need to check Murby's YouTube page for one of his videos on this.
They tried. Hold on, Joe. They tried him for emotional damage.
Emotional damage sounds like a fucking tech to me. Sounds like more double speak to me. Sounds like a way to get you, because we couldn't get you. We'll find a way.
But it wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't the system that took him to civil court. It was the family that took him to civil court, and he was not. And he was not tried for murder in civil court. And the rules in civil court are not as strict as they are in criminal court.
I totally understand. It was a way to get him. When he was exonerated the first time, found not guilty, he still ended up paying fines. They got him somehow.
It wasn't fines. It was a judgment to the family.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. He paid money. He still ended up paying money for a crime he didn't commit. Now they'll say, "Oh, you damaged her spiritually. You hurt her feelings." No, that all revolved around a murder that he got away with. Leave him the fuck alone. I'm telling you, in my opinion, there's always a way around every so-called right or rule that we have.
Okay,
And
but just understand this, though, Joe.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
was not tried for murder in civil court.
Baby, you said it 3 times. I
So
understand you.
it can't be the same thing.
I disagree. Because you naming something, I say we're under martial law right now. You're going to argue me it's a stay-at-home order. It's the quarantine. I say it's martial law under the guise of medical martial of whatever they're calling it.
It's
This
a
is
state of
martial law.
emergency.
Joe, you'll have to excuse me, but I've been out and about during this whole thing. I went to Western Pennsylvania from Eastern New Jersey, and I never had a problem. That's over 800 miles, over 400 out, 400 back. Never had a problem. Saw all kinds of state troopers in Pennsylvania, saw all kinds of state troopers in New Jersey. Never got a problem. I have been out.
Good to hear that, New Jersey. Did you see the story of the guy who got arrested in front of his kid playing in his own backyard? Did you see the 2 kids that got harassed for cutting their fucking lawn? Because you got away with it. What is your point? It doesn't exist?
And did you also follow up on that?
Yes, he was let loose. Yes, he was arrested
with an
in front
apology.
of his kids and cuffed.
With an apology, and I'm sure there's going to be a lawsuit.
Okay, well, how about we name the other 86 motherfuckers that been arrested for leaving their crib?
Okay.
How about the other thousands and thousands of people who have run into tyrant cops? There are hundreds and hundreds of videos on YouTube, are there not?
There are. What's your point?
The point is, cops will be tyrants.
And some cops won't.
Jay. Oh, no. I'm sorry. What is the law? Stay your ass at home. The law in Chicago is you can only leave for groceries, gas, or doctor bill, or the doctor visit.
Well, how about if you're taking care of someone?
Wait. Give me 2 seconds. Now, if you tell me, yes, but if you go on the streets, the cop won't arrest you. I think all that's beside the point. The law says now I cannot leave home when I want to, only when you say.
That's not what my executive order says.
And it's still not martial law. If it was martial law, if it was martial law, you would see soldiers out there with guns in the street. We are only under a state of emergency.
Again, martial law under the guise of a different name.
If you don't see the soldiers in the street with guns, it's not martial law.
You know, a month ago, you'd have told me if you can come out your house, it's not martial law.
No, I would only say if you don't see soldiers in the street with guns, it's not martial law.
Okay, maybe not you per se.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're quite welcome, baby. You're quite welcome. But do you see my point is they'll find a way to sneak this up under you under different names, so and so. And some people will believe that and say, Joe, it's not martial law, it's medical martial law. There's a difference. The statute reads, I don't care. The law says now that I don't get to fucking go out. A cop can tell me once. He can. Doesn't mean he will, like New Jersey is pointing out. I've been let go. I filmed cops. They, hey, Joe, how you doing? Shit went well. Other cops told me to take my ass in the house the other time. But the law states that if I'm out there, I'm in violation. I'm breaking the law. Now, you can call
it's still not martial law. Because if it was martial law, it would be a soldier with a gun in your face, forcing you up against the wall, shoving you inside your door, and making you lock it behind you, or he'd be taking you to jail. We are in a medical state of emergency. If it was martial law, there would be soldiers with guns.
This is the most I'll give you, Nevaeh. This is martial law light. Decaffeinated martial law. But it's the same thing.
It's decaffeinated, huh?
Because, but
That's so
yes,
funny. I like that. That's cool.
this is crazy.
It is uncomfortable for most people. It is. And a lot of us would rather be able to go and come and go as we please. And of course, but when you have a medical state of emergency, it's there for a reason. And it's there
What reason is that, baby? We've just established that.
Did you
I'm
ask me a
sorry.
question?
Yes, yes.
Let
What
me
reason?
answer you then.
Yes, what medical reason?
Okay, the medical reason is that we have a very robust virus that is making its way around the population, and they are trying to stave that robust virus from infecting even more people. So that's why the medical state of emergency and precautions put in place. But it is not martial law, my dear.
Let me ask you this.
Cat
If
fight.
they said the flu, there's no COVID anymore. Let's get that out of our heads. But they said the flu, we'd like to stop it. So all flights, everybody must be tested to see if they have the flu. Anybody with it gets their shots. We're shutting down the country, the flights, the roads. Would you be okay with that?
I'm not going to be okay with anybody injecting a virus into my body, and I have never had it and never will.
I got you. How about them restricting your rights for the flu?
Well,
Excuse me. Hey, Joe, are you
Anybody
watching?
could answer that.
Are you watching the YouTube chat?
I'm not watching the chat, no.
Can you see the chat, private chat here in SteamYard?
Yeah, yes, I can see the private chat. Have not implemented Broadway.
No.
Chicago,
The
stay at home.
The
Okay,
list
I
of
can't
statewide,
access.
the
I
list
know,
of
no.
statewide orders.
No. The
I can access
URL
links.
that I just posted, copy and paste it into a browser. That is your city's. That is your city's stay-at-home order. An explanation.
Yeah. Well, you know, I watch it on the news every day and stuff like that. I actually run
Well,
into
this is
these
from the Chicago government website.
Joe,
Right,
I
I can't
posted it out
access
for you.
links on my phone. I can't access links when I'm on my phone when I'm on panel.
Oh, sorry,
I
Joe.
can find it. Chicago Stay at Home. I can find it or something. I wanted to look up something else that me and the bed was just talking about. I forgot.
Well, I
I'll
know
look up.
the governor here increased our stay-at-home things.
Sorry about that, Joe. I was just trying to help you out so you could see it.
And so the reason why I say it's not a martial law, you know, I was raised that my dad was in the military and my daughter both. And so things would be much different for us if that were the case. You absolutely would not be allowed to leave your house. And furthermore, they would be able to come into your house and use your house as shelter without you even being.
Wrong.
Yeah, they still
wrong.
wouldn't be able to use the house as shelter. But Nevaeh,
Wrong.
I agree with both sides because I also come from a military family, so I understand the severity of like the real martial law. But I also see where Joe's coming from. Also, you know, from a civilian standpoint, his state is basically enforcing a statewide forced martial type law that you have to go home, or the cops are going to do what we would intend the military to do. It's not nationwide, and that's what martial law would be. It'd be the whole country's total lockdown and everybody staying home. But Joe's experiencing a smaller version of it, he feels, where the cops are able to do what the military would be able to do on a larger scale.
It's
And
his
I'll accept his perception.
It's his
That
opinion.
it's his perception.
A governor can declare a limited martial law within his state, but he has to have extreme reasons for doing it.
Exactly.
I would call this limited martial law. I go with that. I go for that.
Yeah,
Because I totally, he's being told he can't do something, and as a free man, you feel like, you know, I can. I'm a free man. But I know with martial law, like you said, Nevaeh, ma'am, it's a soldier doing, like, forcing you at gunpoint and extremely physical, you know, shoving you in your home and telling you stay the fuck here or else.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
All right,
Yeah.
Joe, I just put it into the private chat.
And
I'm
the
still
whole
reading it right now. I see nothing different other than what I said.
military you being forced to house the military, I don't think that's going to happen because you got the Third Amendment.
Yeah, the
I
other
got
thing
the
is,
Second
Joe.
Amendment. I can't carry a gun. I got the Second Amendment. I can't carry a gun. They'll find a way to get rid of your Third Amendment as well.
Well, the
Yeah,
other
that's
thing,
it.
Joe, is
Housing
when a
orders.
cop tells you to get back inside, you tell him, "You show me where in the mayor's order that it says that I have to be inside." And
Maybe
he
you didn't.
will
Maybe
tell
you
you.
didn't see the mayor on TV a couple days
Yeah, I
ago
did.
saying that.
It was
Did you see
broadcast
her
out of New
say?
York.
Did you
It was-
know? Did you see the Chicago mayor say that the first time he tells you if you don't is a $500 fine. The second time you go to jail. You will obey
yeah,
these
that's right.
rules.
And all you got to do is tell the cop, "I'm going out to get some food." You got a problem with that?
Because you
Yes,
are
how
allowed to.
about
You are allowed to
yes,
go to the grocery store and get
yes,
things.
which is what I did when I was filming. He told me to move the fuck on and all that. I'm not gonna tell you again. I don't see the point. Yes, we said we can go out for gas, food, and doctor visit. If every time I go out, I have to lie and say I'm going out for food, I'm still under lockdown. Round two.
Yeah, well, I'll just repeat it here. The order allows outdoor activity, which includes walking, running, and biking.
Well, now they're closing the parks down, and they don't want you. And you cannot walk and run and bike if a cop tells you to take your ass at home. Take your ass home.
Well, then they
Our-
better update their website to show that.
Our state
I
parks
know.
are closed in Tennessee. All the state
Yes.
parks are closed.
Yes. They're
Not the
closing
city
individually
parks,
here.
but the state parks are, and they are suggesting that the citizens even avoid gathering at the city parks. And so I'm seeing the city parks empty when I go out.
Well,
Am I
very
wrong
sad.
here? Am
Well,
I
how-
wrong here? This is devil advocate, and I'm going to pick at Nevaeh and New Jersey a little bit. Am I wrong here that this is an argument we'll have until the day we are scraped off the bottom of somebody's boots? Tomorrow, when they restrict the laws again, I'll be like, man, they just told me I can't fly, I can't travel, I can't do this. In New Jersey, you'll say, well, technically, Joe, you can fly on a Tuesday from 5 to 7, so you can fly.
Well,
And then
wait a
I'll
minute, Joe. How's this? If they tell me I'm not allowed to leave my house except to get food for myself, I'll tell them, fine, you just committed murder because my wife and I are helping feed her parents. Are you going to kill my parents with that law?
But actually, the law states that if you are a caretaker of another person, you can do whatever is necessary to take care of them.
Which is what I did most of the day today.
I take care of my father and my brother. Both had strokes. Brother has brain cancer. They won't even let me see my old man. So I'm not taking care of him a lot no more.
He's in a facility though, Joe, right?
He's in a facility, and I agree with it. If the argument is going there, if there's any danger, I do not want to risk my old man. But I'm just saying, I'm under the same fucking blanket. I ain't seen my old man in almost a month now, and my brother had a stroke about 2 weeks ago. Now we're in the same fucking boat.
How's your family doing?
My brother was on a walker for a couple days. Now he's shuffling, and he already got a fucking brain tumor the size of the doctor's fist taken out. So he was already slow. Now he's like half of what he was. It's brutal, and I'm angry.
Sorry, brother.
I thank you.
Yeah, I have sympathy for you. I didn't see my father about a year and a half before he died. I didn't see him.
You know, this whole thing is making it very difficult for everyone, and the gathering together of their families. And the holiday is right in front of us right now for most people that usually have that big family, the family reunion, and they have this huge, dinner, and the kids go out and play, and they have Easter egg, all of that stuff. Not happening this year. They're encouraging for you to have virtual visits instead of in-person visits with your family. And that's difficult for everyone because sometimes it's the only time you see that family.
The biggest monster in this whole thing is that ailment putting us closer to our kids, pulling us away from our not so close family.
Yeah, very good.
It's a good thing you had a bad thing.
Yeah, and it's hard for
It
everybody.
is.
So I get the feeling of hardship here. Honestly, I do. But to categorize it one way when it's really not that, just yet, Joe, I'm not saying it won't be that. I'm saying that it's not that at this moment.
I got you, and I'm saying it's not that severe thing, but they're sneaking it up on us step by step by step. Every month it gets more severe. They're not going to be over Easter, maybe so and so. Yes, yesterday they said maybe it'll take to August 2nd. You know, they're creeping up on us, and I don't know. Let me say this. This is from October. So this is till now, and this is the flu. 56 million illnesses of the flu, 26 million hospital visits, 740,000 of those had to stay in the hospital, 62,000 deaths. So you take about half of that stuff to capture what happened this year. I don't know. We was asking earlier about how many motherfuckers died. So you figure that's October, November, December, January, February, March. So yeah, about half of that, about 32 grand this year. Neville, you know how many people done died? Like 80. How many died from the corona this year?
I can give you that number in just a second. According to the numbers that are available to us, okay?
Right.
Not, you just don't know, but according to the numbers available to us, are you speaking in terms of the United States or elsewhere?
That was just U.S.
Okay, for just the U.S. Hang on a second. I got to get my browser to go ahead and
You
expand.
saying I gotta get my browser was sexy to me. Am I just twisted?
Okay, so for the United States,
Yes.
deaths in the United States are 102,906.
Well, no way we got 100,000 deaths already.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's worldwide or something. No,
that's
way.
in the U.S.
Are
That's
you
total
serious?
United
New
States.
York had 37
I'm sorry,
alone.
18. I'm sorry, my bad. Wrong number. 18,747, and it's 102,906 total.
All right, so 18 stacks, 18,000.
Almost 19.
Almost 19. We'll call it 19,000, as opposed to the flu, which has 32,000. So aren't we fighting the wrong disease? Shouldn't we be doing this for the flu? What are we doing?
Are you talking flu in the U.S. or flu worldwide?
Oh shit, I thought I was talking flu US. Let me double check.
You're talking flu worldwide. You're not talking flu U.S.
You may be right because it's not written on here. Flu occurs as emergency range.
I think flu U.S. is 22 to 24,000 for this year.
All right. Let me see. Does
So right now, the fatality rate for the COVID-19 currently, and this does fluctuate, so everybody understands it's not the same every day, but currently it's at 7% of the entire population of people who have contracted the virus.
You know the guy who the head of the dude, Fauci came out.
Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci came out last week and said they got those numbers wrong. The numbers are 0.8. They have to something. Well, I can't even think of the word. I'm out of weed, so my mind ain't working right.
So
but
those 23% are. We have a 23% recovery rate and a 7% fatality rate.
Yeah, he said those numbers were way off. He did a report on it less than a week ago.
This is up to date as of today.
Really? Well, I could fucking find the Fauci shit and send you that as well. I screenshot every goddamn thing. Let's do that too.
From a week ago, we're talking today, not a week ago.
Yes, which is I don't know, which tells me my fucking point. One, those COVID numbers for the US are all flooded with fucking flu, heart failure, and so. So it's not 19. It's got to be more.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Hold on. Give Joe time to get his thoughts collected. You're
No, I'm fine.
bombarding
I
him.
was going to look for the Fauci screenshot anyway.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I found a part where your police officers are sadly mistaken. The
My
shelter,
man.
yeah, the shelter
Give
in
me
place.
that.
The shelter in place applies to anyone that has the symptoms of COVID-19, and even they are allowed to go out for food and medication.
That might be what the paperwork says, but the governor came out and said it first, and then the mayor came back and reiterated, we cannot be on the streets. Not only that, I've ran into a lot of cops, and they tell you you cannot be out here. So maybe that's written down on paper, but the reality is quite different.
So anyway, keep in mind that those percentages fluctuate. They go up and down all the time.
I
They're
know we
not-
started
yeah.
out with a high 7. That's what we started when we were trying to estimate this. So I'm familiar with that figure. 7.8, I think, is where we were at. I'm familiar with that shit. Hold on, I'm gonna look for the screenshot so you guys can stay occupied for a second. I got 572 screenshots on this one page. Give me a second.
See, I like these types of discussions. It gives
I
everybody.
love them. I got no problem with disagreements and shit and fucking with smart people. I live for this shit, man. And nigga, I love you in the morning. I don't give a fuck if fucking the baby like, fuck you, Joe. Nigga, I'm gonna be calling you in the morning telling, hey baby.
It's
I
a
doubt
way,
that very seriously because you never call me.
I know everybody say that.
It's the way we grow. It's the way we learn. It's the way how our American society should be and how it was written to be. In
That's
my
absolutely right, Odin. We are meant to be able to communicate with one another without
throwing laws at each other.
exactly.
This law said this. This law.
I didn't want to use a bad word. Trying to think of a nice word.
Too many these days think a disagreement is a personal attack, though, so it's hard.
Yeah, fair.
Yes, it is. You're exactly right.
You let emotions get involved.
Well, some people do. I'll tell you what makes me emotional in a disagreement or a discussion is when I know that somebody is just blatantly lying. That will get me set off in a heartbeat. When they are blatantly lying and they know they're lying and I know they're lying. That'll set me off a little bit.
Yeah, Joe, if you want any copies of the orders for Chicago as far as COVID-19 is concerned, there's the URL for it. I just posted in the private chat.
I love to learn, and I love people to prove me wrong for some damn reason. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hell, Joe Cool can be wrong. Nevaeh can be wrong. Diver can be wrong. Slacker can be wrong. We're fucking humans.
Exactly, we are. Thank God for that.
And the only man that was perfect, human hung him.
No, humans crucified him.
Crucified him, hung him.
Big difference.
Did you guys know that it wasn't a wooden cross that he was hung on? It was a cross being nailed to a chair, not a dogwood tree.
Okay.
Is there any way to prove that?
I'll have to do some research to get where it comes from, but it's biblical.
All right. Mm-hmm.
And how many different interpretations and
Come on back in,
translations has
Joe.
that gone through?
Ow.
There goes my ear.
Huh? What?
That's the thing Joe sent me, the article.
Joe, you rotten bastard. That hurt my ear. I'm joking.
Well, at least he's not a brain surgeon to say oops.
I'm going to look at that later, though, because I'm enjoying the discussion we're having. But I will look at that, Joe. No worries.
Hey, it's Saturday.
It is.
by 3 minutes. I was kind of hoping Tay and Boomer would come up here.
I don't know why people are afraid to come up on panel. I mean, I was hesitant for a while too. So I really am not one to talk.
It's not much different than being in Discord.
Yeah, but I wasn't much of a talker in Discord either.
And I got to give kudos to Slacker. He said, and I hope I'm saying this right. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. The reason why he doesn't block people in his, he tries to allow free speech, is if, for example, if I say something that shows I'm an ass, it's on me. It's not on Slacker. I hope that's the gist of it, Slacker.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. What you say and what you do represents you, not me. I mean, yeah, you're saying it on my channel, but it's not me. I'm not co-signing it. You have to make that choice to act or say whatever you choose to.
Yep. You want to show being an ass? That's on you.
Because the people in chat, they'll let you know if you're being an ass, and hey, I let them have it too. I tell them, hey, do your thing.
Yep. The best thing for free speech is more free speech.
Because I'm far from politically correct when I speak, so yeah.
You got to worry about, oh, I can't say this because this person's that way, and I can't say this because that person's this way. It's like, really? When are we really free then if we got to worry about what we say?
That's how I feel. Because like hate speech, people are always like, oh, what he said made me do this, and I tell them, well, how can what somebody say make you do anything? You have to make the choice to hit or attack somebody.
Yep.
How right is that?
Like if
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like if Slacker called me a dirty white American, I'd be like, oh, that's fighting words. Boom, boom. No, it's like, so what? It's fucking words.
Yeah.
Move the fuck on.
Yeah, I don't mind being called names. I just don't like being threatened with, you know what, you guys know what. So we're not going to even go there.
Oh
What,
yeah,
cunt?
and then even at that,
Yeah.
like threats. If you attack someone because they made a threat, that attack is justified to me.
Yeah.
No, Odin, I'm not talking about name calling. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but words should, in my mind, words cannot cause harm. And I guess, growing up, because I used to be real quick to fight when people said things. They call my mom a bitch. Instantly, those are fighting words. And being in the system, they get you to try to overcome that urge to want to fight at that. And that's where I'm at now. It's like words can't make me do something. I have to make that choice to put my hands on somebody, So until you put your hands on me or invade or approach me in a threatening manner, say whatever the fuck you want, bro.
Yeah, people can say what they like, but there are certain words tied to situations that are actually words that are meant to cause fear and do. Threats are meant to cause fear. And when you cause fear in somebody, that is not free speech anymore. You've crossed the line. Because you threaten to hurt them.
Like I'm just going to use Slacker for example. If I said I was going to throw a cookie at him and hope it gets allegedly stuck in his forehead, yeah, that would be fighting words. Cookie represent a different item.
Oh yeah, I get what you say. Yeah, I know. Yeah, threatening. That's what I say. If it's a threat, by all means, take whatever actions you feel necessary. But if I'm standing there calling you and your family names and trying to entice you to get angry, no, like I can't agree with that.
No, I don't care if people call me names. They can call me every name in the book. It's not going to change the way I see myself.
Takes a bigger man to walk away from a fight.
But I'll tell you what, like if you say, oh man, I'm gonna knock you out, and I see you take 2-3 steps towards me, I'm probably gonna put my hands on you.
Yeah. Now the whole calling your mom a bitch, yeah. I'd agree about knocking somebody's head in.
Yeah, call my mom a bitch. You know what I'm going to say? You're right, she was.
Right. I had to overcome that though. Big mama's boy, that used to trigger me a lot when I was younger.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we all can agree that there's certain things that are crossing the line and certain things that we should just blow off because they're really not. It's like they said when we were kids, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can never hurt you. So yes, how you respond to simple words like name calling or whatever, that is on you. That choice about how you respond to that is on you. But when it comes to defending yourself and somebody making you feel like you're afraid enough to have to defend yourself, that's crossing the line. And I think everybody can agree with that.
Oh yeah. And then too, like, cause everybody's level of fear is different. Just what doesn't create fear to me doesn't mean it doesn't create fear in somebody else. So just because I can't stand there and say, oh no, I wasn't afraid, it's all right with me, doesn't mean the person standing next to me isn't afraid and doesn't have every reason to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100% agree, man. You know, we all live life differently, man. Just because I'm all right with the way someone, I may not have felt threatened, but then again, I've had a life experience that I feel like I'm well enough to handle myself. But a younger, you know, less, I don't want to say experience in life because that sounds inappropriate, but let's say a younger, inexperienced in life young woman, you know what I'm saying, may be afraid in a situation that I may not be afraid in. So it's
Even older disabled people, whether they be men or women, may be in a situation where they fear for their safety. So, you know, they may be genuinely afraid of somebody telling them that they're going to do something to harm them.
Oh yeah, you're 100%.
So you've gone across the line on free speech with that.
Because there's, you know, level, you know, the tone, the way you say things, but yeah, you know, speech can intimidate and cause fear.
And that's when it becomes a crime. They have laws in some states that's just communicating threats. All you have to do is say you're going to hurt somebody, and that's considered committing a crime.
I got arrested for it outside of Public Works. The guy who knocked the camera out of my hand, my words were, is come to the South Side and do that shit. Basically, I wasn't telling him I wasn't going to whip his ass, but I was telling him, we run this situation again and it comes out differently. He interpreted it as a threat and I got arrested.
Yeah, but it was a conditional. When it's conditional, it's not really a threat because he has to bring it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they haven't, they got a few more months. It's almost been the 2 years. They got a few more months and then I know I'm free and clear of it. But yeah, that's why I make statements like that, those open-ended statements, because they're not direct threats. I knew if I'd have told him, I'm going to fucking get you, you better watch your back, I'm coming for you, that's a direct threat. And yeah.
Exactly. But if you say, if you do this, I will do that, that's a conditional that is not really a threat, because then that person has to actually do that in order for you to do something.
Yes, ma'am. But yeah, I know firsthand about what you're saying, that words can be taken as a threat.
This has all been great discussion, Odin, but I am tired. But it's been lovely. It's been informative and educational and friendly and very nice discussion. Very nice. I hope everybody in the chat has enjoyed themselves with this, whoever's left out there. And there's still room on the panel for anybody who wants to come up. I don't know what happened to DDT.
I think you've scared him off, Nevaeh. No, I like the discussion you were having with Joe. It was informative.
Well,
welcome back, DDT.
Also taking into consideration that everybody feels a different level of being imposed upon, and I think that that's the proper word to use, being imposed upon in your life with this situation, and different places are handling it in different ways. Different police officers are treating people differently in different places. So depending upon those circumstances is going to determine how imposed upon you feel.
Yeah. President, you can come on up here.
Pierre said, I have nothing to add. Some folks go off on the crazy train and I don't have a ticket. That's pretty funny. What, he left?
He's having problems with his, whatchamacallit.
Well, unless we have another topic. Where is Lili? Probably watching very quietly to see if they can use anything when they do their stream.
Yeah, their beliefs on mole people. Oi.
Hey, you got to watch out for those lizard men, though. Those lizard men will infiltrate. Are you kidding me? I had to laugh. That night, the lizard men went into Tammy Lili's stream, and he kept reading the lizard men. He stood up and he started walking back and forth, and he goes, "What is this with the lizard men? All I'm seeing is the lizard men everywhere." Oh, it was so funny. Oh, gosh. Oh. Anyhow, I laugh about it every time I remember it.
I'm actually shocked to see Slacker over here.
Why?
Me being just a little channel. That's just kidding.
Well, look, we did a promotion on his channel tonight. I hope everybody went and subscribed to Slacker and give him some love and support. You don't have to give him money, but give him some love and support by being there with him when he's out there doing his thing.
That's all I ask.
I take that back. Everybody gather up about $1 million. We can send him home that. No, I'm just kidding.
So that might be enough to give me maybe 12, 15 rolls of toilet paper right now.
Oh, I was thinking about that today, and I think I said it to somebody in Discord. When you go to the store now, like where I shop, they limit you to one package of 4 rolls. And I didn't see the sign, so I got 3 packages, and I got to the register, and she said, you can only get 1. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to come back out. Well, so much for social distancing, right? If I got to come out 3 times to get what I would use in a month, then that's putting me out here 2 more times than I would normally do my shopping.
Yeah.
Oxymoron.
We did the same thing. Me and my ex, we went shopping earlier, and we had to separate it to make sure she got everything she needed, because I don't cook as much as she does, so she needed to get a lot of canned foods and shit like that, but they limit you to like 8 cans per household. So I was like, look, I'm here, I'm a separate household, cut that shit in 2, double up on everything you need.
I hear that. That's a good thing. I don't shop with anybody, so.
Thank you, Pierre.
Yeah, she uses my address and all that shit when she goes out to get everything she needs extra. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Do what you need to.
How's your grandbaby doing there?
Oh, amazing. It sucks right now. Like, I want to go see him, but I don't want to take that chance of having them out and about. I just rather than stay home, him work, her stay home with the baby. So I'm feeling a little lonely, but he's doing great.
Yeah. And you staying away from is actually protecting them, so it's kind of good but bad. The missing part is bad.
That's what I tell people. I may not think it's a big deal, but I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, and one good thing that actually came from this ailment is it's forcing the parents be parents and have time with their kids.
Amen to that.
And that's what America needs. We need to get back to our roots and be Americans again.
Be families again.
Families, yeah.
With that, and that was a good thought to leave on, I'm going to go. Thank you so much, Odin, for having this panel. Thank you, everybody in the chat who participated and everybody on the panel who participated. Much appreciated. Much love. I'm off.
Good night, man.
Have a good one, Nevaeh. Sorry, I'm not trying to cough in you guys' ear.
Hey, watch out. I don't know if it spreads through the internet yet, so cover up.
Put on a rubber. All right. Well, since we've got nothing else to talk about, I can end this. Save it, and we can go to somebody else's panel if y'all like. Thank you all for coming.
Yes, sir. Shit, it was fun. Like I said, I don't do this too much often. Like I said, I didn't even realize, I thought I was subscribed to you, but there's a lot of people that I thought I was subscribed that I've had to resubscribe to lately. It's odd.
YouTube being YouTube.